Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture Joleen Lunzer here to talk about things happening in pop culture, our favorite news stories, the reality shows we love to love or love to hate. I take a comedic look, we roast it, we react to it. I have very, I'm a very opinionated lady, as I always tell you guys. But that doesn't mean that you guys can't have your opinions as well in the chat. And we can just agree to disagree, because what fun would it be watching someone you always agree with? Maybe that would be fun. I don't know.
That's my opinion!
It's just my opinion. Everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged for entertainment purposes only, okay? Let's have some fun, you guys. We talk, we make it funny, but we also can get into serious stuff as well. But I love to hear from you guys in the live chat. So hello, hello, hello. Sound off, please, in the live chat, and let me know all your thoughts, hopes, dreams, and opinions for another episode of No Offense, All Offense, where we don't mean to offend, but someone is always probably going to get offended. Okay. Donna Jones, yes, no offense, all offense. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you can always do what Amalesh is doing here. You can send a super chat while we're live. I'll highlight your comment. We can talk about it. Thank you so much. Amalesh says, just another Jolene appreciation super chat. You are a sweetie, wipe the CD. I have to check my P.O. box because Amalesh has a book of poetry that's coming out that he's sending me. So we will take a look at that as well. Thank you. And Gemini Joe, thank you so much, Gemini Joe, for the super sticker. And also Gemini Joe giving me a wonderful little LED desert scenery sign that was on my Amazon wish list, and it made it to my gallery wall, and I'm obsessed with it. And it brings me joy. I like things that light up, like that doesn't look that good right now, but it says OMG. But on camera, sometimes they don't. They don't translate as well. You guys, we're also, oh my gosh, I think we might be like under 800 subscribers away from 40,000. And that's a goal we've had for a while. So thank you to all of you who have subscribed. Feel free to share me with your friends, share me on social media, share me in your subreddits, which I see some of you do, which is so sweet. When I see someone saying, I watched Jolene, I'm like, oh my God, why? Well, I mean, because we have fun and we're awesome, but also like, thank you so much. That is, I don't know. It's just so kind of you guys. I'm, in a world where you could be like, she sucks. You guys are like, she's all right. I like her. Okay. So we have so much to talk about today, you guys. I do want to just tell you one more little housekeeping announcement thing is I have 2 shows coming up in August, stand-up comedy shows. I am a stand-up comedian. And if, I don't know, maybe you're like, she is, what? At Mic Drop Comedy, 1 in San Diego, 1 in Arizona. I was going to say Australia. I think that's a sign I have to go to Australia. And I put the ticket link in the description. Love to sell those out. And as a selling point, if you're like, I don't know if I want to go see Jolene, there are 2 bigger stars who will be there with me. Nana, aka my mom, everybody loves Nana, and her bestie and our producer Linda. So if you guys are a member of the channel or a Patreon supporter or have watched for a while, you know all about Nana and producer Linda. And they're going to be at both shows in San Diego and Arizona. So come out, chat with us. We'll be there. I'll be doing comedy. I might grab Nana and bring her up on stage, which she says she hates, but I think secretly she loves. And take pictures. Let's have a great time. Have a great old lean team time. Reminder, there are only 50 tickets to the San Diego show, which is August 10th, but there are 250 tickets. Well, probably less now because people have bought some for the Arizona show. So let's get our tickets. Let me know when you got them, and we will sell this baby out. Christina and Lala. And for those of you that are members or Patreon supporters, we did do a night pants with Nana. So make sure you check the community tab if you're a YouTube Besties tier here on YouTube. And then there's 2 tiers on Patreon. And you'll be able to find our Night Pants with Nana, which is mainly just a show that we do for our supporters on the Patreon and the YouTube membership. Melissa says, please come to Boston. I want to come back to Boston. I haven't been to Boston since like 2012 or 2013. Is that when it was? Something like that. It's been so long. And It was lovely in Boston. I performed in some comedy clubs. I performed in a bar where guys were screaming at each other and I thought they were fighting. And people from Boston said, no, they're just having a conversation. And I was like, oh, okay, awesome. Amalesh, thank you again. Amalesh says, I will be attending your live show the next time I'm in the US. Also, everyone, please vote for Ariana as the Critics' Choice reality star. Yes, isn't Phaedra up for that as well from Traitors? We have some Traitors news I'm going to get into. So we got to talk Traitors. We have to talk a little Jax and Brittany. We got to talk something about her. And then we have to react. We're going to react to Lala and the podcast episode. So if you watched the last, no offense, all offense, we went over the Lala apology podcast episode on her Give Them Lala channel and podcast. If you want to watch it yourself, just her podcast, you can go find it on everywhere you find podcasts, and also her YouTube channel, Give Them Lala. She told us that day that she was going to be coming back and she was going to be answering questions that the audience had. Now, I thought she was inviting people to send her questions. It turns out her producer Jerry, no, not producer Jerry. I'm so sorry. I forget the gentleman's name. The producer of her podcast just read stuff from the comments that I'm sure Jessica picked. I'm guessing here, you guys. I'm not sure. I don't know. But we're going to get into that. We'll do that in just a little bit. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, you guys, but we do have there's some good news, and then there's also some bad news. Okay. So the Traitors cast, rumors of the Traitors cast have been going all over the place on the interwebs. Okay. And I love Traitors. I cover Traitors. If you have not watched Traitors, it is a show on Peacock, and it's produced by NBC Universal, I believe. And it's a competition show. You guys know I cover Big Brother in the summer. And I used to cover Survivor. So there's a lot of Survivor, Big Brother crossover, as well as some Challenge MTV crossover, as well as our Housewives and Bravo Celebrities, some Bachelor Nation. So it hits a lot of the reality TV, I guess, taste buds, whatever you watch on reality TV. And I love it. I'm obsessed with that show. I cannot wait for season 3. They normally film in the fall in Scotland with Alan Cumming, who is a fantastic host and an actor. And I just watched Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion again for like the 100th time. And for some reason, I had forgotten that he is in that movie. And he is wonderful. Okay. So there's just some speculation as to who will be on the upcoming cast. Well, shout out to Reality TV Fan and multiple other sources who are giving us a little bit of some of the names. Okay, so the first in the left corner, you see we have Brittany Haynes. And if you guys are with me here for Big Brother, we know Brittany. We love Brittany. Brittany is from Big Brother 12. She came back for Big Brother 14. And then she was in BB Reindeer Games the first season. She is great television. If you're not a Big Brother person and you don't know who she is, she's so fun. She's so witty and sharp and funny. I feel like she would be a great addition to this cast. Okay. And then next to her, we have our Survivor dude. I always forget his name. He's not the most liked in the Survivor world, I will say. As far as fans, it's like hit or miss with him. Let me just pull up the thing I saved here about this alleged cast. Okay. So some people love him, some people don't. Okay. It's Tony. It's Tony from Survivor. And he's on multiple iterations of Survivor, won a season of Survivor. Like, it's Tony. All right. The lady next to him, Carolyn, I should say, she's from Survivor, but I don't know what season. I guess I missed that season. I must have missed it. All right. Then we have Bob Harper below Brittany Haynes from The Biggest Loser. We know Bob. Remember the Biggest Loser, the show that made us all feel bad about ourselves? No, there were some positive things to The Biggest Loser. I feel like people had life-changing things. Jillian Michaels was on it for a minute, and Bob was there. I think I used to watch The Biggest Loser, but then I'd be like, oh, I should probably work out. And then who's in the middle, you guys? Oh my God. Who is that?
Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her?
Where did you find her? What is going on? It's Tom Sandoval. Sandy Butt. There are more people on this cast thread on their Twitter. Okay, yes, I'm looking at, if you're talking about, thank you, Steven. If you're talking about the reality TV news /updates thread, that's what I'm looking at right now. And yes, I'm noticing that. Maybe I'll pull up the Twitter. We'll just pull up the Twitter instead of this little screenshot. But yes, Tom Sandoval, which is totally a bummer. But on the plus side, let's say he's on this. I'm not going to let him ruin my show. He's going to suck so bad at this show. And the cast people, the other cast members are not going to like him. You know it. And you'll have me there and we'll cover every episode and we will roast this shiz up. Okay. So don't worry, you guys, even if this is what we have to do, what we have to put up with, what's happening. I'll be here. We'll be here. We'll just treat it like we did Vanderpump. It'll be a giant therapy session. And just imagine how freaking dumb he's going to make himself look. Someone had just asked too, I saw, where's producer Tilly? Producer Tilly was in here. She was at her desk. And then I had to run downstairs and get something to drink. And then she took off. She was like, I'm out of here. No, if we're not going, producer Tilly's like, listen, if we're not going live right now, I have things to do. But we might hear her scratching on the door to get back in. Sometimes she does that. Okay. So here is shout out to reality TV news /updates on Twitter, because it'll never be X to me, at realityTV_fan. All right. So, all right. Unfortunately. So far, Brittany Haynes, great. Fantastic. You guys are going to love her. You're going to fall in love with her. She's amazing. And I think she actually will be really good at this game. I don't know if they'd make Brittany a traitor. That'll be very interesting to see. This lady, I am so sorry, ma'am. I don't know who you are. Carolyn from Survivor. She looks fun. Tony, I think, could be really good at this game. He's a former cop. He's one Survivor, but he also will have a big target on his back. So if he is made a traitor, I think he's going to have a hard time not looking like a narc, because even on Survivor, he was like hiding in bushes and trees and plants, and it was pretty hilarious. Tom Sandoval, he's going to be horrible. He's going to be so horrible at this damn show, and it's going to be so fun. I wasn't pissed when I saw his name, because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get to roast this dude up. And it's like now become one of my pastimes, because if he's not going to have self-awareness and he's not going to choose to be a good person or a human being, I guess I'm going to have to humble him myself. Well, me and all the other Bravo creators who do that. Okay. So whatever, Sandy Butts. Bob. Hey, Bob. Oh, Bob. Oh, we got a newer picture of Bob, because obviously time has happened and Bob looks good. Bob kind of looks like the guy from American Horror Story, the actor. He's been in so many seasons of it, and he is in the first season of American Horror Story. Fantastic actor. And he is the gentleman who has burns all over his body. And if you know, you know. Robin Dixon, recently off her firing of the Real Housewives of Potomac for keeping things behind a paywall. Paywall, secret storyline keeper, Miss Robin Dixon. I'm here for it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I am not mad. His name is Dennis O'Hare. Steven, you know everything. Steven, you're a genius. And also, Steven, I have to catch up on Jersey, which we'll talk about that too. And I have to have you up with me, because this show is like, it's dragging. It's dragging. So if you don't mind, DM me and remind my ADHD brain that we're going to do that. People are saying, no, Robin, I don't mind, because it's going to give us, I think it'll give us a little, well, I don't know if it'll give us Sheree vibes, where Sheree was like, and Sheree she was so likable in Traitors, but she was like that likable, like so trusting, just what's really going on? She didn't know what was going on. She did not know what's going on. So maybe Robin will give us that. And it would be nice to see Robin on something without Giselle. So I'm here for that. Dorinda, no brainer. Yeah, please. Dorinda, all day, every day. If they're going to let Dorinda drink on Traitors, oh my God. And there's a bar and they have cocktails. Dorinda's going to be like, yeah, she's going to call people out. Clip. She is going to be, I love it. I'm here for it. I am here for Dorinda. She will bring, it'll be so entertaining. So I love that. Dolores. Okay, Patterson, New Jersey in the house. Dolores, the ex, what was she, a prison security guard or something? Dolores will be looking at people. She'll be sus. She'll be intimidating. So I'm here for a little Dolores. Why not? Also, she might not have a job with Jersey anymore. Allegedly. Jersey's ratings are horrific. They're not even doing a reunion. When have we ever heard of a Housewives franchise that's been on the air for that long not have a reunion? And I'll tell you guys, it's because the show, it's boring. Okay. If people are saying Ariana wouldn't do this one scene with Tom, she still filmed with him. She still like had interactions, unfortunately, with him. And that was like months after being cheated on. And these Jersey ladies can't talk to each other. And it's been 10 years of Teresa versus Melissa. And I'm bored of them both. I'm not Team Melissa. I'm not Team Teresa. I'm Team Good TV or Team Kempire, as Kempire says. And I just am like, really? And they're not even talking. It just is so boring, but we're still we'll try to do funny recaps. I got to get caught up on it. But when I heard that, I was like, oh, Jersey, you're in trouble. And also, how many times can I watch Lobster Louie, Teresa's new husband, and not think this guy is a whole ass scammer? There's just no way he's not scamming everybody. We are going to see Surviving Louie, allegedly, later down the line. Okay. All right. So Dolores, cool. Oh my God, you guys, Mary Cosby. Mary Cosby. Mary, my grandfather, Mary Cosby. Now, last season of Salt Lake City, Mary was very entertaining with her little one-liners, her little quips. However, she didn't really want to participate. So we're going to definitely see Mary Cosby maybe just not participating at all. But Mary's going to be so bad at this. Like, so entertainingly bad. Or she'll walk out. It might be the first Traitors walkout in the US version history, right? We haven't had anyone. We had to have, well, no, we did have someone leave early last season. And the season before, maybe. We'll see. Loose Goose. Thank you, Loose Goose. Looking spicy in your thumbnail, Jolene. Thanks, Loose Goose. That's what I call my little niecey. I call her Loosey Goosey. Christina says Daniel Tiger didn't make the cut. Thank the Lord. Right along. Nobody wants to see you on the freaking show. Mary Cosby. What do you guys think of Mary Cosby? Anna says, I hope she refuses to participate and asks to go through the McDonald's drive-thru again. Right? That would be amazing. Yes. And she's going to tell Tom Sandoval he's inbred because that's what she does. She'll be, yes, Muffy Styler. Thank you for the super chat. Says Mary will be shading the food. She'll be shading the liquor. She'll be like, is this Dom Perignon 1966 that was made with the 1866 or whatever she said was made with the tears of real French people? Because if not, I cannot drink this. So, okay, Mary Cosby. Who is this? Chriselle. Oh, see, I never watched Selling Sunset. Apparently, she's like a thing, though. This Chriselle Staus, Selling Sunset. I'm sure some people will be excited about her. If she's sassy, brassy, and all the crassy. I don't know. I'm not sure. Who is this? Bachelor Nation. See, I don't know a ton of Bachelor people. Sean Lowe. All right. Well, last season, no, that was Love Island. Bergalicious. Who did we have from Bachelor Nation last season? The first season we had a Bachelor Nation guy, and he was annoying and still is annoying. So we'll see. He looks interesting. He looks like he was on it a long time ago. Okay. He's not on now. Okay, well then we don't have to know ya, Sean. Will Adams, again, Bachelor Nation. Wish I knew ya. The Bachelor guys are interesting because they really have no idea what's going on. Otter must know. Otter says Bachelor Sean. Wow, I don't know. I do. This guy like his little wearing his beanie to the back. So, oh, Peter was last season. Oh, Peter. Yeah, Peter was duh. Oh my God, Peter. Yeah, Peter. Peter was pretty cool. I mean, he did have the Peter pals, but we got to roast that up and make fun of it. But it was good TV. Peter had one good little strategy that they definitely milked. Okay, Peter. And then whatever. Oh, Sierra. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay. This will be our first, well, no, it'll be our second summer house person because we've had Kyle cook. So Kyle can give Sierra some tips, hopefully. I like this. I like this. I like that we're having a little Bravo. I already see the Bravo alliance forming. So I love this for Sierra. I think it'll be really fun. Oh, Davey. I know Davey from Survivor. Okay, so according to reality TV news and updates, he was an alternate. I alluded before. He's been inactive long enough that I feel confident enough to say he might have made it on. Okay, Davey. Has Davey had any controversy since the show? I don't remember. Honest question. I feel like there was something with, did he date somebody? My Survivor knowledge, I love Survivor. I'm not caught up on the recent seasons, and there are some seasons I just haven't seen because there's like 90 seasons of Survivor, but it's a fantastic show. But there's something about Davey, I thought. Maybe not. There's just something about her, and there's something about Davey. Okay. Nope, not on. So they updated us right away. Sean Lowe, not going to see him. Not going to do it. Okay, let me make sure that we didn't miss anyone from my list as well that I had here. Let me make sure I hit on every. Yeah. So that is the rumors, the nastiness of the cast is right there. I mean, it's a pretty, I don't see any drag race, RuPaul's Drag Race. So they're lacking there. And I find it hard to believe they couldn't get anyone from Drag Race. So yeah. But I mean, these are just the rumors. These are just the nastiness. These are just the speculations, if you will.
The rumors, the nastiness about her? Well, let me do that. You know what? You want me to go there with her husband?
You want me to go there with husband? I'll go there with freaking husband. Okay, let's move on. Next story we have here, you guys. Okay, so Jax and Brittany. Okay, according to Reality Blurb, the Valley's Jax Taylor shares texts from Brittany Cartwright amid model drama. Remember, he's dating that model, the model with she is the well-endowed model. Is it? Are you well-endowed as a woman if you have Tego Bitties? Are Tego Bitties considered well-endowed? I don't understand.
I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand.
Oh, I love that. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. So we all know he's with some model lady. Okay, cool. She's got Tegos. They might not be together. They might be together. Some people say that this is just a front for who he's really dating, according to Sheena, which, well, I mean, Sheena didn't confirm he's really dating this person, but maybe it's just a front because he's secretly with Lori K. Publicity, the publicist, which is so messy to hook up with your publicist. But we always knew there was something a little strange there where we were like, oh, okay, Jax and his publicist are out again. Where's Brittany? And then, okay. And she's kissing him on the cheek. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. I don't know if I would like that if I was Brittany, but she's got to be used to it by now with the way he is. Okay, so so Brittany has, come out and said that she's not vomiting as much, not being with him, her mysterious ulcer illness, which I do think I'll need a medical expert to, co-sign this, but I think that ulcers can be, be induced by stress. And I imagine it would be extremely stressful to be married to Jax, who is just such a douchebag. And I still don't know why Brittany married him. I don't know why she wasted all that money and time and the castle and all that when what's the point? We kind of knew what he was going to do no matter what, because that's what he does. Okay, so according to this reality blurb, the Valley's Jax Taylor shares text from Brittany Cartwright amid model drama as Brittany suggests he created a negative narrative about her, hints at horrific mental abuse, and claps back at son criticism. Jax Taylor leaked a series of text messages he received from his estranged wife, Brittany Cartwright, on his Instagram story on Tuesday. after his controversial outings with model Paige Woolen. I don't know why I had to say Paige Woolen. Brittany, 35, also took to her Instagram account and suggested she sustained horrific mental abuse from Jax, 44, who has recently been seen lashing out against her on the Valley. Oh, yeah, he really has. She also reacted to criticism about their son, 3-year-old Cruz, and contacted Jax about their little boy. Send me a pic of him, please, Brittany requested in a message Jax posted to his story. What kind of idiot, monstrous reality TV thirst trap are you, Jax, that you are posting pictures of text messages about co-parenting your kid on your social media? Like, that's even low for you. And you literally lick the floor. You're so low. Like, you hump the floor. You'll put it in a trash can if it's open, and if it's not, you'll still probably try to get it in. Oh my gosh. Those shoes okay? He asked, along with the requested image. Brittany said yes. So there was a picture of Cruz and asking about shoes. Then Jax asked her if she was okay with his outfit. Brittany said their child looked so handsome and asked, did he get a nap in? In the caption of his Instagram story post, Jax added, even though mom's away for work, we still get outfit approval. Okay, great. Thanks, Jax. Thanks for exploiting your child some more and whatever this is. Meanwhile, in the comment section of one of the latest Instagram posts, Brittany reacted to a fan who suggested that Jax had painted her in a negative light on the Valley. All of these comments hating on you are exactly why you need to stay apart from Jax. He really created a whole negative narrative about you on television, which is the exact opposite of what a good partner should do, especially since you've spent so many seasons trying to change his narrative to a positive one. The person wrote, yeah, that's exactly what Brittany did and tried to do. And that's why we need to, every time when people were like, oh, Jax is, and only, I know not a lot of you, but some people were like, oh, Jax is so much better during Scandal. And he did. And I'm thinking, no way. And then I listened to the interview he and Brittany did on Sheena's podcast, Shenanigans, when Scandal was going down. And I was like, same Jax, because he was like, Brittany saved me. It's like, first of all, sir, you need to save yourself. You are an old ass man. Save your damn self. It is not a woman's job to save you. And really, I feel like he just used Brittany in so many ways. And one of those ways was to up his likability, to be like, well, everyone says she's sweet. So obviously, if she likes him, it's like, no. So it's never our job as women to fix these problematic men. They need to fix themselves. After liking the comment that this person wrote, Brittany agreed, I don't understand how people don't see what he was doing. Thank you. She also liked a comment that read, I think she is a strong person. Think about it. She walked away from a home she loved and helped create that home for her child. It must have been horrific. The mental abuse she suffered. People don't just walk away from all they love if not for the safety of their child and mental health. Go, Brittany. We got you. And Brittany liked that comment as well. All right. Also on Instagram, Brittany came across a post in which Jax was seen with his arm around Paige Woolen at Jeremy Maddox's birthday celebration at Jax's in Studio City, where Paige, 32, joked that she was pregnant. Remember we played a clip of that? And she was like, I'm pregnant. And we're like, oh, girl, please stop. Please stop, girl. Please don't be, and please stop. Jax date Paige says, I'm pregnant after someone takes a photo in the last slide. Weird joke, girl. So Jax is dating around, I guess. Brittany did say they were free to date other people. The Bravo Babe wrote in a caption of their screenshot. After the sharing of the screenshot of Jax and Paige, one commenter spoke of Cruz. He should probably be worried about his child, who is clearly struggling with autism, instead of girlies. They could do a lot for the community, and it sucks watching them run around and deny when your kid's flapping, lining up blocks, and nonverbal, they stated. Understandably, Brittany was furious that her son had been dragged into her and Jax's messy split. How dare you ever say that, Brittany said. I'm the one taking him to speech therapy twice a week and OT appointments, scheduling all of the doctor visits, working with him every single day and night. I am with him all of the time, doing everything I can. Leave my son out of this ridiculous shit. How dare you all, she replied. He is a perfect, innocent child. Do not speak about things you have no idea about just because you see 30 minutes of a show that was recorded last summer. Keep my son's name out of your mouths. Enough. She then shared an additional comment on her story. You guys can reel in the drama of my life. I don't care, but leave my innocent son's name out of it. Don't act like you know anything about him watching 30 minutes of a show recorded last summer. I do everything I possibly can for him. So how dare some of you? Enough. He is perfect and innocent child. I will not have strangers acting like they know what's going on in his life. Talk about me. Talk about his father. I don't care. But enough is enough. Well, Brittany, I will say that must be very difficult. But I will also say, you can't tell people not to talk about your life when your job is to show your life and you showed your child. That's why you've shown your child, I should say. That's why over here, a lot of us, not all of us, we don't want to see the kids on the show because they are innocent and they can't consent. So just take your son Cruz off the show. Why do we have to see their kids? I understand back in the day, housewives did it all the time, but it's a new day, 2024. Cat Williams warned us about this, okay? So don't have them on the show. Protect Cruz at all costs. And I think people are going to do this sort of thing and they're going to diagnose. And that person in particular, I don't think it wasn't like a dig at your son at all. People are just more worried about that. When you put this information out and you guys on the show are basically making money off of being like, we're so worried about our son Cruz. And then we all start to worry as well. And then we see Jax has all this time to join, the big titty committee and have all the fun. I just don't know how many hours in the day that Jax can do this bar, be an asshole, be a gaslighter, be mean to you, and date someone, and struggle with his bills, and then have all these issues, that are going on with your beautiful son. So I don't think it's crazy for people to be like, well, we don't care about who you're dating. Because right now you told us there are some things going on with your son. We also know that our hearts break for Cruz because not only is he going through whatever is happening with, his speech therapy and stuff, which I understand we don't know the full story, but you are selling us the story on TV because you're putting it out there for everyone to have an opinion on. But we are worried about this little kid, and people are going to call it out and go, how does he have all this time to be out there and dating this person, that person? And we feel for Cruz because he's so little and he's going through the breakup of his family. And so I don't think it wasn't like anything was, rude toward your son. It was more like, get your shit together, get your priorities straight. You guys are already selling your son's image, his life, his trauma before he can consent to it. I mean, let's just be real here. I'm all for like messy and I want to watch like shows and whatever, but I don't want to watch kids have to go through this shit. And what we see happening in your home, and if there is mental abuse, and how Jax is just, like, we genuinely worry. As an audience, we don't want to see that. We want to make sure your son is okay. And you guys literally are selling his story and profiting off of it. And it is so rude for Cruz to be out there and you guys put him in a situation where strangers can diagnose him. And for the rest of his life, he can have labels put on him when he can't consent to that. I'm just like so sick of these people. Michelle says, as the mother of a special needs, now child, now adult, I would never expose him in that way. I feel bad for Britt. I think she has made some bad choices that she may be growing out of. Motherhood changes you. Yeah. And Brittany, I would say, like, I don't know, look over your contract and protect your kid now, because I feel like Jax, I mean, does he? I don't know. I don't know if he cares at this point, but try to get it where you don't have to show Cruz or Cruz's life. You can still talk about, things between you and Jax, but we really do not need to see Cruz's struggles. He is a little baby. Like he's a little tiny kid. You know, we don't need to see his struggles played out. We don't need you to monetize that. We don't need Bravo to monetize that. I think it's just gross. Yeah. Children can't consent. Cameras down. Like that's it. It's over. It's over. All right. Now we've followed generations of housewives who now their kids are like adults. And even that, you know, I wish they hadn't went through all of that, because there's so many things that live forever on reality TV. And like we've talked about before, will Cruz ever truly be compensated for how much of his life, even as a little kid, he's put out there? Yeah, just have it off the show. Get off the show. Move back to Kentucky, Dawn. I mean, honestly, Brittany, I would take a break. And it sucks because Jax is the kind of man that would let his wife and their child go to a different home rather than leave the home, because he's like, it's my house. He should have let his child, who felt safe in that home, and that was his comfort, and that was his place that he was used to. He's already dealing with this breakup of his family and being put on television. And when he grows up, and, you know, even now he can technically see all this happening. And, you know, just from advertisements are going online. We saw this happen with Kim Kardashian when her sex tape was used as a, I forget if it was like animated or something having to do with that, for like an ad or something within Roblox that her kids were playing with. So if you're going to protect your kid, now's the time to do it, girl. Now's the time to do it. It's not fair to Cruz. He's already going through so much as a little guy, and he has an asshole for a dad who's like, get up, you guys can leave. It's my house. Rather than letting Cruz stay full-time there and them just taking turns being at that one spot. It seems like he's being carted around, which is very difficult. So Butterfly says, so gross he made his wife and kid leave. That says it all, right? Right? It really does. MG says, he said the only reason he didn't leave is because he didn't cheat on Brittany. Okay. What a loser. This guy, that's all he thinks about is he thinks of his dick. And he wants to paint the picture that Brittany doesn't care about the kid, but it seems a lot like you don't care about the kid. Thank you, Miss Diamond. Yes, 633 in the live chat, 216 likes. Let's see if we can get 600 likes, you guys. Please hit that like. It's easy. It's free. It's quick. Yeah, Jen, exactly. The Olsen twins would like a word. To me, it's really gross when adults, especially now, knowing all the things we know, when they still put their kids in these situations. You know, I understand people are going to post on social media, you know, their kids and pictures and all that. And God bless, but to actually have your child filmed for a reality television show through all his struggles and your family struggles when he is so little and can't consent, that's pretty gross. Pretty gross. Brittany will not go back to Kentucky. Patty says she loves the lifestyle too much. I agree with that. I think Jax and Brittany felt lost and didn't know what to do when they were fired from Vanderpumprules. And so they've been like just clawing their way back on. So yeah. DC says she may have trouble now with court because she left the home and he's made all the mortgage payments. He's cunning. Yep. And another reason why Ariana was like, no, Tom, you're not going to do this to me, Tom. You butthole. You bunghole, Tom. So that's the latest in the Jax and Brittany saga. I'm sure we will, see more. See more butts. All right, Jolene, knock it off. It's Monday. All right. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. All right. Let me find my next story here. There we go. There's my bookmarks. Okay. So something about her. Something about Lala is, you guys, did you know that Lala is on her Instagram Live? We're going to talk about her podcast here shortly, but Lala's on her Instagram Live pretending she didn't know something about her opened. Oh, girl, why are you embarrassing yourself like this? I don't understand why you would do this. So when she's on her Amazon Lives, she's like selling stuff, but then also she has fans in there and they're able to ask questions, right? So let's take a listen to Lala as she as a fan tells her. Everyone, even I had my friend Amber, who does not watch these shows. Okay, shout out to Amber. She was like, I talked to her 2 days ago, and she's like, "Oh, so that's something about her sandwich shop. That's something you know about. It's open, huh?" And I'm like, "How do you know about something about her?" She's like, "It's all over the place." I'm like, exactly. And there's no way in hell that Lala did not know. Okay, so let's listen to Lala. Lala, I'm trying to tell us she didn't know something about her was going to open.
Elizabeth, are you going to visit something about her now that it's open? Oh my gosh, it's open. I love that for them. I don't really go into West Hollywood that much. It's kind of a trek. I don't really leave my house that much.
But if we're in the area,
I'll go get us some sandwiches. If I'm in the area. I mean, the sandwiches slap.
They look amazing.
By the way, the moment they're on like Postmates or Grubhub, I will be something abouting her
all
on
day,
the reg.
every day.
Oh,
on the reg.
There'll be something about her in this house.
Elizabeth, are you going to visit something about her now that it's open? Oh my gosh, it's open. I love that for them. I don't really go into West Hollywood that much. It's kind of a trek.
Wow.
I don't really leave my house that much.
But if we're in the area, I'll go get us some
sandwiches.
And then you hear Jessica on the other. Yeah, but if we're in the area, we'll get something. Lala, you have been checking. You were making a list, checking it twice, refreshing while you're on your Instagram social media break, taking a look. It's in a book at all of this going down. Miss me with the, oh my God, I didn't know. Why do you want to be like this? And Katie Maloney saw this and she had her own response. So shout out to Vanderpod Recaps and also Reality Ops on the Instagram. Katie Maloney, she commented, I mean, Jess for sure watched my stories, so she knew. Guess they don't talk that much. It's like, Lala, please stop. You're not winning an award because you claim you didn't know something about her was open. It doesn't make you any cooler. It doesn't mean anything. If anything, it makes you look like more of an asshole because this is a really big deal to them. And these friends, these women you claim to love that you're so proud of have done something really big and important. And you're like, oh my God, Lala, you live and die in the comment section. We know that from your reaction now to the season and the apology tour you're on. So let's stop. Can we stop pretending? You know, I thought we were real. Lauren from Utah. We got to get it real. I gets to clapping. She gets to, it's just like, it's so peanut butter and jelly at this point. It's really sad. Lala.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
All you can do is laugh because it's so ridiculous that she would think, similar to her storyline this season or whatever she was doing, her behavior this season, that we would understand it. It's like, no, you're just again proving to us that you're not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
What? They not like us, and you're not. Lala, you look like a clown, dude. You look ridiculous. You're making me say, dude. All right. You look like a damn clown.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
What? I mean, it's just like, oh God, how long are we gonna carry on this, charade? How long, Lala? Okay, speaking of charades, according to Bywig Hello Drama, something gone wrong. Ariana Madix and Katie Maloney's ex-sandwich shop chef, Miss Penny, I think her name is, friend to Lisa Vanderpump, is speaking out about something about her and something about their sandwiches. And we're like, okay, thank you, Penny. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I just don't need to hear from Penny. God bless. I hear you're very successful and all the things. So I don't know what the need is, but here we are. So this is according to, who is this? This was posted by Bywig Hello Drama. After something about her officially opened on May 22nd, the former chef, shown here, Penny, has some thoughts about the new menu and predicts the future of the Los Angeles cafe. Okay. Vanderpump Rules fans flocked to the shop to taste the sandwiches, such as the Reese, the Diane, and the Kate. But after looking at the menu closely, Chef Penny, right here, 52 years old, is adamant that it is not her menu and not the sandwiches that she had originally curated when she was brought on to help the owners. This is not what I put together. This is not the vision I had for this place. The celebrity chef told the Sun in an exclusive interview. So she's doing interviews with the Sun following the opening. People wanted something spectacular. I mean, we just wanted sandwiches. It doesn't have to be like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I've lived a horrible life, but I don't know the last time a sandwich has changed my life. All right. That's not the food that I'm like, I've had good sandwiches, but I've never been like, oh, this changed my life. So people wanted something spectacular. The sandwiches sound sexy. I also don't need a sexy sandwich. I need one that has, if you can invent one that has no calories, no carbs, and will put me immediately into ketosis. Now we're talking, baby. All right. So sexy, but unfortunately looked underwhelming. Chef Penny believes the menu doesn't make sense in some aspects, including the many different kinds of bread used for each sandwich. Well, let them learn. Okay. Maybe they'll learn that. They don't know how to cross-utilize. I would not bring in 5 different kinds of bread for 10 sandwiches, she remarked. Okay, well, that might be a very valid point. But listen, Mom, they're not listening to you. They don't want to deal with it. Okay? Yes, a sandwich changing lives. Come on. Chef Penny believes the menu doesn't make sense. Oh, we already said that. I also would not put certain sandwiches on certain kinds of bread because the bread to meat ratio is completely off from what I've seen in the photos of people's posts. Are we really talking bread to meat ratio? Well, then open your own place, Jimmy's John's. Why don't you open your own sandwich shop then, Penny? For example, she said, she would never put Greek goddess sandwich in a lavish wrap as it's so moist and it's gonna fall apart. Well, maybe they want to make it a sandwich/salad, Penny. Penny, you got to keep your tits out of this one, okay? You helped them. That was great. Then it didn't work out in the business. Now you're sounding like a hater. What do you care? Why do you even want them to succeed? Didn't you trademark their name for yourself or something? The shop's new version of her Greek goddess sandwich she had previously created is now called the Meg. Per the new menu, the Meg is a Greek salad sandwich made with signature tzatziki, feta cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, herb mix, and romaine lettuce on a traditional lavash. Penny continued, the sandwiches are not my creations, but they are definitely using some ingredients in each one that I introduced them to, like boursin cheese. I don't even know what that is. I think it's pronounced boursin cheese. Ooh, boursin cheese. Well, thank you, Penny, for the boursin cheese. I can say 50% of the menu are items that I gave them and they changed some things. Okay, cool. Thanks, Penny. Thank you so much. That was fun. That was the antithesis of fun. Okay, bye. I don't know what she wants us to. Oh my God, they're not sexy. The bread pissy. Not pissy Penny. Penny, it's a weird thing. You're a successful chef. You know your shit. No one's denying that. They just aren't that into you. Maybe read the book. They don't want to do business. They did all the business they can with you. Now we got to move it along. MoveOn.org, little Penny, because you're looking like you're petty. Oh, goodness. I don't know if Ariana and Katie have responded to that. I wouldn't. I'd be like, okay, cool. Thank you. Because she's doing interviews with The Sun. It's not like People magazine are picking it up. Maybe if People starts picking up the Penny story, maybe they could reply, but maybe not. Who cares? Who wears any underwears? So ridiculous at this point. Some of the things that they're being criticized for. Can they just be open for a little bit? And then maybe in a year, you can be Pissy Penny and you can say, I told you that bread, it was too moist. The sandwich is too moist for that bread. It's like, what? Girl, please stop. Okay, you guys, in other news, another very huge news, pivotal news, shout out to the Bravo Buds, okay? Rachel Raquel is at another music festival. Shocker. That's where the therapy really is, kids. Don't go to therapy, go to a music festival. Okay, and Bravo Buds is saying that Rachel is shocked. She shooketh because she's lost 16,379 followers in the last 5 days. And she was, and this is from a couple days ago, so there might be more. And she was just like, she was not understanding that she had lost these. She thought it was all due to her just posting festival photos. Girl, no. Did you not watch the last part of the reunion where Ariana was like, yeah, and you keep shoving this chick in my face and she won't stop talking about me, and you're suing Ariana when you cheated with her life partner? And, you know, without like you talking about the show, unfortunately, girl, your relevancy is gonna tank.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
I mean, Rachel, so Bravo Buds did the work here, letting us see and know how many followers she's lost. But I'm surprised, like the season's done. You didn't come back. People wanted to see if you had anything to say that went along with this season, since we weren't going to hear from you. And then you did. You had a whole podcast about it. And I don't know what more you want.
Thanks a lot, Rachel. Thanks a lot.
And then you did the Joe. Yeah, you did the Joe podcast. That was really bad. Oh my God, I almost forgot about that. I think I buried that deep in my psyche. But so deep I can't find it. But yeah, that was bad. You guys you're still like on like, we thought maybe you grew from the Meadows or something, and you're still on like a victim parade. And so, yeah, I mean, I just, it kind of makes sense to me. People are just like,
Can leave.
you're fading to you, shame you never knew. You're fading out. You know, does she really want to go by Rocky now? Because I heard rumblings about that. You stop, Rhonda. Rhonda B says she wants to go by Rocky now. Quit changing your name. No one's going to be able to, you have to have a little bit of like consistency. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Ugh, goodness gracious. Adios mio. Okay, let's get into the big story, which is we're waiting, I'm sure all weekend we were just waiting on pins and needles for Lala I keeps it real, I gets to clapping, Lauren from Utah, to reply to questions from the audience. And we were like, oh yes, oh my God. And she said that she was going to I thought she seemed to allude to that she was going to have people send in questions. And then I noticed that she was wearing the same jersey. So she must have filmed this episode or this part of the episode the same day as her last episode, where she cried and she was like, people are coming for me as a mother. And we're like, who, how, why, what'd they say? And she's like, I can't tell you. And we're like, huh? And didn't take any ownership and all that. If you missed us breaking that down, and you can look at the video. I'll link it at the end of this one. And then it's the video, I believe, right before this one in my No Offense, All Offense and Vanderpump playlist. But yeah, with her pre-selected, thank you, Iroh. Yeah, pre-selected questions. So she was like, I'll be back with a fresh episode Monday where I'm going to answer your questions. I'm thinking, oh my God, people are going to send her questions. No, they just, I guess this producer guy just combed through her social media and grabbed some, or Jessica did. I'm assuming it was Jessica. So then she gives us basically just another way to, you could have just put this in that episode. You know what I mean? I feel like this is another kind of, I mean, get your money, girl, but you're definitely making the money off of this. Okay. So she acts like this is a brand new episode, but it's literally filmed the same as the other episode. Okay. So I did screen record this and I was going to upload it, and it wasn't working for me. So we're going to listen to Lala, and guys, maybe she made some progress. Okay. Maybe she's realized something a couple minutes after crying about herself. Maybe she sees the error in her ways. All right. So sound off in the chat as we listen and provide commentary on Lauren. I'm going to speed it up just a tad because she's it takes a while.
Back to the bonus episode, I guess the top questions that
Okay, so this is a bonus episode.
you guys have had for me throughout the course of season 11.
Put a thumbs up that you can hear that in the chat, you guys. We'll keep going.
I know that many of you have said that I surround myself
Thank you, Elizabeth.
with yes people. That
Yes, you do surround yourself with yes people, 100%. We all feel that way. Okay. Okay. Good. You guys can hear it. Yay. Okay. Let's keep it going.
that is not true. I have a lot of people in my circle who are tremendous support systems. But when I look back on my life, especially starting season 4 to where I am now, a lot has happened in my world. I've gotten sober. I've gone through a really tough breakup. I've handled myself in a very eloquent way, and then I've burned that to the ground many of time. You don't go through the types of changes like I've gone through in my life, the evolution that I've gone through in my life, what we call, I guess, in Hollywood or TV biz, a character arc. You don't go through the one that
Sorry.
I've had being surrounded by yes people. You just don't. I'm proud.
Whew, she has definitely been in LA too long.
Of where I am. I am still human and make many mistakes. I'm okay with that. I'm not too proud to admit that there are times where I go, damn, I've had a really humbling moment just now. They happen to me all the time. And it's never going to change that I will always continue being my biggest fan.
Would you say you're the Beyonce? You think you're Beyonce? Is that what you were? I mean, the girl, everything you say is a projection. It's like, it's so laughable. It's so affable. It's laughable at this point because everything you hate on other people is just true about yourself. It's almost like you're saying the things you know about yourself that are criticized and putting it on other people, the parts that you know people don't like.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
We know you're your own biggest fan. Like Jules is saying, obviously, you're your own biggest fan. You've been like that for a long time. You believe your own hype. You're smelling your own toots and you're loving it. And we understand that because that's what you've been doing. We thought you changed. We thought with sobriety, there was a little bit more, self-awareness, clarity, humility, little sit down, be humble. But that didn't seem to happen. But yet you say Ariana's like that. Katie's like that. Okay.
Because if I don't continue to practice self-love and self-support, I can go into a dark place. So I do have many people around me who support me, but they check me a lot. And I'm grateful for that.
Who? Name them. Name them. Like Lit and Laura saying, yes. The funny thing is, we say the Beyonce, and Beyonce has earned every title that she has, every bit of, if she did, let's say, have an ego, which we've seen Beyonce time and time again actually not have this ego that she could very well have. And that Beyonce is Kelly and Michelle's biggest fans. And sometimes, like, no shade, no offense, it's going to be hard to be, Michelle's biggest fan. Because you're like, what's Michelle doing these days? And shout out to Michelle. She's very talented and stuff. But it's like, you got the Destiny's Child. Everyone wants to be the Beyonce. And then if you can't be the Beyonce, you want to be the Kelly. And then if there's nothing left, you're the Michelle. But Michelle is hugely talented. And that's for jokes, people. But she is their biggest fan. And Lala, you're just your own biggest fan. And when you say that people check you, you certainly don't act like anyone's checking you. And we definitely, I don't know, feel free to put it in the chat if I'm wrong. Have we seen her friends like checking her? I'm going to need you to name them.
Name them.
Name them.
Well,
What you did was ridiculous.
Name them.
Not having.
Name 'em.
Well, be quiet. So
Name
let me
'em.
talk. Jesus.
Name them.
Name them. We're going to need you to name them. Name them. Pamela B, thank you for the super chat. Pamela says, I'm eloquent, yo. Don't get high. Never get high on your own supply. That is a wonderful line in the 10 Crack Commandments. And she is definitely getting high on her own supply. Okay? She's sniffing her toots. It's not good.
Today, because I've been told I'm surrounded by yes people, I have pulled producer John, who you guys.
Okay. Hi, John. Sorry. I know this is a job for you and a gig, and you didn't choose this, and so sorry. So then you're going to just put someone else from the payroll up. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. So she's like, producer John, but he can't hold you truly accountable, because we know how you act when people hold you or try to hold you accountable or call anything out. You're crying and saying people are coming for your children, and you become the victim. So producer John probably doesn't want to lose his job. So how is he going to be impartial? How is he not going to be biased? How is he not going to be a yes person? And also, listen to what she says. She's going to say, he doesn't know anything about the show. Oh, great. That's just what we need. I mean, another Howie Mandel situation. Awesome. Awesome. She could have got someone like Kiki. Why didn't she get Kiki? Shout out to Kiki. Sheena is on Sheena's podcast a lot, has 2 of her own podcasts, and we reviewed Sheena's podcast last time, and Kiki really was able to ask Sheena questions while remaining like respectful, but also with a critical eye and critical thinking, and we appreciated it. But no, poor producer John, he's like, yep. Okay, I guess I'll wear my good beanie today.
You guys know from the regular episodes, he's going to ask me the questions. Again, I've been off social media. I had him comb through all of the top questions. He wrote them down. Unless it's a Rams game, he's not tuning in. So he became aware of Lala Kent when my home podcast network said, hey, you'll be producing a show called Give Them Lala. And he's like, the Rams? What? So here's producer John. He does.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie, for the super sticker and your sweet little pup. The Rams, he just likes sports. He likes the sports. Okay.
Not know much about anything but
what's his name, producer John?
Unless it's a Rams game, he's not tuning in. So he became aware of Lala Kent when my home podcast network said, hey, you'll be producing a show called Give Them Lala. And he's like, the Rams? What? So here's producer John. He does not know much about anything but sports.
Yay, just who we need, asking you critical questions and holding your feet to the fire. Producer John, he doesn't know much about anything. Okay. Alrighty.
Sports, and the podcast that we do together. But as far as VPR, he's an outsider. Welcome, John.
I have a beanie on, so none of you guys are going to get blinded by this bald head. So
we love it. He's not a yes man. He's just going to simply ask the top questions that y'all have asked throughout season 11. I will answer in my truth, and we'll move on.
Are you upset VPR is paused?
No, I'm quite the opposite. I feel like
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let it play out a little longer. But ma'am, you were like, your fingertips were holding onto the cracks in the foundation that you thought of Vanderpumprules. Like, you needed this money yesterday. And now you're like, no, I'm actually quite content. Then why did you blow the whole show up? Like, what? Why do you keep talking and ruining everything and being so disingenuous and saying, they're going to take the show off. The show's not going to come back. The show's not going to happen. The show. But you're just like, no, I'm good. I'm so good. So good that you ran over to the valley and bought a home real quick.
I need a break. I feel like the rest of my cast needs a break. As much as I love
the fans need a break, ma'am.
Filming the show, it can become very volatile. I'm hypersensitive and emotional, especially.
All right. The reality star who makes tons of money and causes her own problems is going to start complaining. So we're going to turn on get some like sad music in the back. Let's lo-fi into space. Night driving. Okay. Oh yeah. We're so sad we make hundreds of thousands of dollars and live outside our means, allegedly. Everybody feel bad for me. I'm on TV. It's a hard knock life out here, bitches and hoes. I gets to clapping. Let me tell you about how my life is very, very très difficile.
Especially being pregnant. To be honest, when I heard we were paused, it was like an elephant lifted off of my chest, because it was like, I get to create a very peaceful environment for this new baby that I'm bringing into the world. And I just feel like it's meant to be.
Are you trying to get on the Valley? You bought a house there.
I have not had any conversations about entering the...
No one said if you had conversations. We asked producer John, who knows nothing, said, are you trying to get on the Valley?
Valley. I have had no thought about going on the Valley.
Bitch, like I can't. I can't. Are you kidding me? Miss wants a paycheck so bad. Like, this is my job. I need this to feed my family. Because you fucking barren bitches don't have any kids. I need my family. You weren't thinking about going on the Valley, yet you were in multiple episodes of the Valley. You bought a house in the Valley. You talked to the people about the Valley.
I bought a house in the Valley because I could not afford a home that was large enough for my family with a yard in the flats of Beverly Hills. When you're ready to be a homeowner and you make what me or my friends make, you move to the Valley. That's just what you do.
Ariana, she didn't move to the Valley. She moved to the Hollywood Hills. Okay.
It was for no... There was nothing behind it except this is what we can afford, and it's a beautiful space for my family. We're suburban people now, I guess.
Welcome to the Valley.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Next question. Did you really pitch your own spinoff?
I have never pitched a spinoff about...
But have you been offered one? These questions suck. Has there ever been any talk surrounding a spinoff with you or your family or something else? Were any other shows roaming around, even just through conversation? I have never pitched a spinoff.
in my life. No.
Did you get pregnant for a storyline?
Is that really a question?
That is.
What do you mean, is that really a question? You just got done telling us that everybody is saying these horrific things about your daughter. And that's one of the things we've seen about you being a mother, that you are only having a kid for a storyline. But now you're like, bitch, is that a question? I don't even know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, then what are you complaining about that people are saying about you, allegedly saying about you being a mother? What are they saying? Because that's one of the main things that people, that's like one of the few things I can think that I see about in the comments about you being a mother, is that, oh, you're just having this other kid to put it on a reality show. I've seen people comment that. Maybe they're asking if she's doing that. But now she's like, is that? but you know the comments. But now it's funny, and I just, Lala, this is such a bad look. It's comical, but it's, oh, girl.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Oh my god, if you want to, this is the same reaction as, oh my god, something about hers open? No way, no way.
That is a question. I got it right here.
Oh my.
You get pregnant for a storyline.
Let's watch her react again. Which you cannot, like, she didn't know these questions beforehand. Oh god. The girl takes notes and is reading off notes all the time. She prints out like it's freaking 2002. She's printing out paper after paper, killing all the trees for her podcast. Acting like she's dead. I don't even know if newscasters do that anymore. But she printed out the notes. She's got notes written, and you're gonna tell me she didn't know these questions beforehand? Oh, when we know you do rehearsed reads, because something about her is really nothing about her. Lala, please stop.
Question: did you really pitch your own spinoff?
I have never pitched a spinoff about my life. No.
Did you get pregnant for a storyline?
Is that really a question?
That is a question. I got it right here.
Oh my. The thing about, like, I don't even know how to answer this because it's such an absurd thing to say. I'm going to say, like, a storyline, this show we filmed 2 months out of the year. It would be crazy of me to go and prep my body and get a donor and choose single motherhood for the next 18, but really probably 21, 22, 25, 30, who the fuck knows, forever, to have one season of it.
Yeah, I'm not a mom, but I think you're a parent. I think that it's forever, I think, usually. I don't know. Feel free to correct me, moms in the chat. I'm just a old barren bitch. What do I know? I don't have a family, as Lala defines as a family. I'm not a mother. So I don't mean dick.
Of a storyline, it just wouldn't make much sense. No, I love being a mom more than anything. I wanted to give my daughter a sibling. I knew that I wanted them close in age, and I feel so grateful that I was able to bring a baby into the world and not have a partner. It's like the best of both worlds. That is so wild to me that that's what people are saying. But it also doesn't, it tracks because there's many people on Bravo. Mauricio and Kyle, for example, they're staging their breakup for a storyline. They're changing the dynamic of their family in 27 years of marriage for a storyline. It's absolutely absurd.
So she's trying to be like sarcastic here, but it kind of sounds like she's saying they staged because she's even not good at sarcasm. So she's not saying that Mauricio and Kyle did that, but she's saying people have said that. But it can come off. She doesn't even realize how she's coming off. But when I first heard it, I was like, oh shit, people are going to come for her on that. But I've listened to enough episodes, unfortunately, of her podcast to know that she thought that was absurd when people question that. So, Lala, I shouldn't even help you.
No, I'm not bringing a child into the world. Stretching my body in all different ways for a storyline.
Wow. Wow. But I thought you were like hurt when people talk about you as a mother. So you would assume that people saying that would then hurt your feelings because they're implying that maybe you just want to be a mother.
My mom loves the song I made
to advance your TV career. But she's just like, that's silly goose stuff.
Next 18, but really probably 20. Much sense. No, I love being a mom more than anything. I wanted to give my daughter a sibling. I knew that I wanted them close in age, and I feel so grateful that I was able to bring a baby into the world and not have a partner. It's like the best of both worlds. That is so wild to me that that's what people.
Okay. I mean, yeah, good, great, but that was a little weirdly worded. I could bring a baby into the world and not have a partner. Okay. All right.
They're saying, but it also doesn't. It tracks because there's many people on Bravo. Mauricio and Kyle, for example, they're staging their breakup for a storyline. They're changing the dynamic of their family in 27 years of marriage for a storyline. It's absolutely absurd. No, I'm not bringing a child into the world. Stretching my body in all different ways for a storyline.
Wow.
My mom loves.
I mean, not to get graphic, but I feel like we've seen the stretching the body in all different ways for a storyline. When we had the Randall scandal. I mean, that had to be. I guess that probably didn't stretch your body because she said she had more fun doing it, or not doing it, or getting artificially inseminated than having sex with him. So, never mind. Maybe the mouth. I don't know.
Us too. Songfinch.com.
I have a way.
Why do you feel your situation is so different than Ariana? Randall versus Tom, you yourself said they are both dangerous.
I think I have a way of pulling things from my situation and applying them to things that make sense. And there were things about the cheating part of my situation with my ex that really triggered me when it came to Tom Sandoval. To say that Tom Sandoval and my ex are the same person, no.
But you already told us they were. Okay.
The way that they moved with creeping around on myself and Ariana, there were many things that were running parallel. It's difficult with my situation because I want to say 80% of the information I can't share. I just can't.
Like what? What can't we know? They already did a whole documentary, the Randall scandal. So what can't we know? I guess. I don't know. I'm not privy to all the what's going on in her custody agreement. But if you're going to bring it up, like what don't we know?
I can't talk about it. If you guys want to Google, if you want to look things up, you're
always making us do the work, Lala.
You're more than welcome to. There are things and reasons for my hard lines. There are reasons for me entering a custody battle, and I'm just going to leave it.
She can't keeps it real. She gets to clapping, but she can't keeps it real when it comes to her and her old man, Pickleball Rand. So how real are we? It seems like Lala really can't keep it real at all. So it does make sense why her whole storyline was basically the save a Sandaho redemption arc since she can't really tell us anything about her life.
Leave it there.
Are you jealous of Ariana because of the way people rallied for her and not for you?
When my situation happened.
It's a yes or no answer. It's a yes or no question. Were you jealous? Let's listen to it again.
Are you jealous of Ariana because of the way people rallied for her and not for you?
The answer is yes. And the lie detector determined it's a yes. And if you say no, the lie detector will determine that's a lie. Maury Povich. Anna says, it's like she thinks we're all shocked to find out Randall was a scumbag. We knew from the beginning. Yeah, we knew from jump, Lauren, like you would say. That's why no one felt bad. Everyone was like, oh yeah. Oh, you mean the creepy old man producer Hollywood guy who was cheating on his wife and kids with you ends up being a cheater? And remember when Lauren was telling us about this on the that reunion, which season was that? Was that 9, 8? About him, she goes, well, I didn't think he would do that to me. Oh no, you just thought he would do that to other women. Interesting. Interessant.
When my situation happened with my ex, I was so blindsided that just putting one foot in front of the other, simply waking up, was like a huge win for me.
What does that have to do with the question? Are you jealous or are you not? Why are we have to talk about your feet and how you walk?
There are times that people have said, it must have been so difficult to go through what you were going through in public. And honestly, I didn't even realize I was going through it in public because it wasn't a breakup that I was going through. I was going into a battle for Ocean. And as time passed, and I did like the season 9 reunion, which was very difficult. That was just a couple weeks after I had left my situation and was overwhelmed with information and knowing like I have to protect my 7-month-old. And then seeing people say like, you deserved this. This is your karma. When you see things like that or hear things like that, and you're looking at your baby, you develop like a different strength in that moment. It's wild. And I truly wouldn't wish that upon anybody. That time in my life was nothing short of torture. Mental torture. When everything happened with Ariana, I was thrilled to see the audience rally around her. Do I wish I would have gotten that? Yeah, that would have been really, really nice. But I didn't, and I'm okay. To ask if I'm jealous of...
I mean, are you okay though? Because you haven't been acting like you're okay with that. Seems like you got a chip on your shoulder over this still.
I wish I would have gotten that. Yeah, that would have been really, really nice. But I didn't, and I'm okay. To ask if I'm jealous of Ariana, I find her to be extremely talented.
We know.
I enjoyed watching her on Broadway.
Yes.
I truly believe that's where she deserves to be.
She does.
She has proven herself tremendously in that space. And
and she's prepared for it. Her whole life.
Stand by that. I also stand by the fact that she made filming a television show that we've been filming, some of them 11 years, me 8, extremely difficult this year.
How could Ariana make it difficult? How could she make it difficult when she is just dealing with the card she was dealt? When she is just handling it in the best way she can in her most authentic way, which is, I'm sorry, I don't want the perpetrator. I don't want the asshole narcissist up in my face, trying to gaslight everyone around me and turn people against me. So I'm not giving him his little moment. I will do the group things. I will do the stuff. But if this dude comes at me, I'm definitely going to have something to say. How is that difficult? Why don't you ever talk about how Tom made it difficult or the producers made it difficult? Because according to you and according to Sheena, they were putting these ideas in your head that the show would end if you guys didn't get your Sandoval redemption arc. It would end if nobody would talk to Sandoval. And Ariana never asked people not to film with him. She just said, I don't want people in my life who are going to be friends with them. The same thing you did with Randall. She didn't say you couldn't film with them. She knows you have a job to do. She was just saying, hey, if you're my friend, Sheener, maybe you don't have to be out there throwing me under the bus and trying to cape for a freaking Sandoval and make excuses for him and pretend he's a better friend than I am. I mean, she didn't say all those things, but these are all implied just by me. But the fact that she's like, Ariana made it difficult. Why? By having standards and boundaries and reading her contract? And the fact that she didn't let production treat her like a puppet. See, the difference between you and Ariana is Ariana was like, oh shit, I'm worth more than this shit. She valued herself. She wasn't so quick to just throw everything, all her integrity and everything away and say, I'll do anything for a dollar bill, for a paycheck. And you could have done that too. I guarantee if you would have went to Ariana, or even you and Katie and Sheena, you guys all would have got together and been like, what the frick is Jeremiah was a bullfrog and Alex Baskin-Robbins trying to tell us right now? Okay, we're going to stick with our girl. So whatever happens with the Toms, you guys are going to have to deal with that. But our storyline is we need some time from these guys. Okay, and we're supporting Ariana. We'll see you on the Uber Eats commercial. Like, that's the difference. So Ariana is standing up for herself and her boundaries. She's thriving. Do you see how you selling yourself and playing in to the toxic male, like, sympathizer and the redemption arc for the guy that doesn't deserve a redemption, how they've just thrown you under the bus. They've thrown you out to the wolves. Where's Jeremiah was a bullfrog or Alex Baskin-Robbins or Lisa Vanderpump right now to stand up for you and have your back? Where's Tom Schwartz to be like, thank you? Or Tom Sandoval to be like, oh, thank you so much, Lala, for putting your neck out there for us. They're not there because that's not how life works. When you go against your own integrity and all that shit, that doesn't make for good TV. It really doesn't. Some people will say, oh, we need the drama. There would have been plenty of drama with the ladies with Ariana and then the Toms trying to have to figure out their place in the group, which should have been the whole damn season of them trying to figure it out because they figured their way out of the group. Now they got to figure their way back in. And there might not be a way. And there might be a way. But instead, you just so quickly were willing to like simp for these problematic dudes and production and throw your friends under the bus. And now look where you're at. You're crying in a hockey jersey, which I do like a hockey jersey, but it's a Jordan hockey jersey. Okay. On your podcast that is losing ratings and viewers, not losing ratings, losing viewers by the second. And you're basically begging people like, come back. I'm sorry about all those awful things I said about you. Please come back. Come back to me. Oh, baby, won't you please? Like, and we're just like, no, we're not ready to make nice. We're not ready to back down. We're still mad as hell, and we don't have time to go round and round and round. Okay? So now you're crying alone with a guy named John who doesn't know anything about the show. Where are all these people that made you promises? That told you things? This isn't Ariana's fault, baby girl. This is like a bigger issue that if you would have stuck together, stuck to your scruples, stuck to your integrity, you know, if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything, girl. Like, you fucked around, you found out. It's not fun. It's not fun. But even Schwartz at the end of the reunion, he was like, you know what? I changed my mind. I think Ariana, she did have the right to respond the way she did and walk out. And Lala's like licking her lips like, what? Yeah. That's how quickly they will leave you. Girl.
And I don't hold that against her because it was funky for all of us. We were all in uncharted waters.
So she's still trying to paint Ariana as the villain. Got it, Lauren.
Waters. And I wasn't trying to be tough on her or make her move.
You legit were trying to be tough. You have finger guns going. You told Katie to disengage. You were like, I have never seen anyone be cheated on become God is bullshit. You can't. Don't get me. I gets to clapping, okay? Don't tell me you sleep down the hall from that man and you can't film from him. I'm trying to feed my baby. Girl, you really were pushing everything Ariana did. Sheena's mad because she took a picture where she stood next to Tom Sandoval and people online think that's weird. And you should go on your social media and tell them not to be mean to Sheena. You were always pushing back on her, girl.
Move along in this process quicker. But I knew we were filming a TV show. And just like Lisa Vanderpump had...
I'm confused. Are we filming a TV show? She just doesn't talk about the fact that we're filming a TV show enough. So I don't get it.
Drilled me in her kitchen about my situation. Did I enjoy that? Not at all. Oh. And just like Lisa Vanderpump had drilled me in her kitchen about my situation, did I enjoy that? Not at all. But I knew we were filming a show and I knew there were people out there in the audience who were going to wonder these things. So with
we weren't wondering. We weren't wondering. None of us were wondering. Please stand up if you were wondering, but I wasn't wondering. Like power. Yeah. Boo, tomato. It's not, Lauren, no. And so now because Lisa Vanderpump treated you poorly and Tom Sandoval said bad things when you broke up with Randall or when whatever, and Sheena did and Brock did. So now Ariana has to be punished for it. Okay.
With Ariana, when filming a television show, I asked her the things that I felt the audience may want to know.
No.
I in no way, shape, or form was trying to move her along in a process.
Yeah, you are.
I was not upset about the opportunities that she was getting.
It was all about money in the TV show. Lauren, stop. You were player hating. You wanted that cash money. Please, ma'am.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Yeah, like Evelyn's saying, you're just lying to yourself now because no one believes that. Even people that like you don't believe that. They don't, honey. They don't.
I was not mad that she got so much love. All of those things I was thrilled for her about. That is fact. It's all.
Where did we see that? Where did we see her thrill? Is this her thrilled face? Crying and complaining about her and being like, you need to move on. I need to feed my kid.
Also fact that filming a show with her this year was.
Wait, are they filming a show? Is this a TV show they're on? I wish she would say that more.
It's very, very hard.
When it comes to travel,
it's very, very hard. Now let's throw in some advertisements. I mean, girl. Okay.
And go to your happy price with Priceline.
Priceline.
Why the hypocrisy when it comes to setting boundaries and respecting them? Example, you told Katie she didn't need to understand your life, but felt the need to understand Ariana's.
I mean, I feel like that's a completely valid question. And Ariana was right in talking about her.
Whoa. What? Producer John, slow down.
Have today to save up to 60% off select hotels and go to your happy price with Priceline.
Why the hypocrisy when it comes to setting boundaries and respecting them? Example, you told Katie she didn't need to understand your life, but felt the need to understand Ariana's.
I mean, I feel like that's a completely valid question. And Ariana was right in talking about her boundaries and saying that I didn't need to understand them. She's absolutely correct. You're allowed to set boundaries. It doesn't matter if I understand them. It's her life.
Why did you keep coming at her, attacking her, and be like, you have to do this, you have to talk to him, you have to give this, you can't do that, this or that, the other thing, because otherwise we're not going to get a paycheck. She stated her boundaries, and you pushed back so hard to the point that you were shitting on her behind her back in interviews all over the place, trying to, essentially what it looked like with those interviews, trying to take her bag from her. Trying to be like, oh, you guys, she sucks. She's got such a big ego. She's ruining our show, because we're on a show. I don't know if I mentioned we're on a show.
I was simply answering the question that Andy asked me and filming.
He's not talking about just that. He's talking about when you were on the girls' night in that little dive bar in the valley with all the ladies, or with the four of you, I should say, Sheena, Lala, Katie, and Ariana. And you basically told, like, I don't care if my life makes sense to you, but yet you constantly push back on Ariana for her life to make sense. And then at the reunion, you constantly push back on Katie for her decisions on the show to make sense to you. Oh, girl. It is. Yes, it is. Flip-flop anonymous Alex G. I think she thinks she's doing something here, which is really too bad.
I feel like that's a completely valid question. And Ariana was right in talking about her boundaries and saying that I didn't need to understand them. She's absolutely correct. You're allowed to set boundaries. It doesn't matter if I understand them. It's her life. I was simply answering the question that Andy asked me and filming a TV show.
And what
did Andy ask you about her boundaries? During the finale, was Andy there when you were freaking out about her setting her boundaries and then following through with her boundaries and walking off and going to Applebee's with her cute boyfriend that you were moist for? Is that allegedly?
And what exactly was your storyline this season? Given that
John, just stop there. What was your storyline this season, girl? I mean, I think we know what it was. I think it was literally the definition of a friggin' hater season.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
That's all you talked about, while also saying Ariana brought nothing.
This season was extremely.
I love that.
And what exactly was your storyline this season, given that's all you talked about, while also saying Ariana brought nothing?
This season was extremely difficult. None of us were really able to have a storyline.
Then take it up with Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, Lisa Vanderpump, and Alex Baskin-Robbins. I don't understand why you have to just like go along with that shit. You clearly have a friend you can look up to as like a mentor who's like, no, I read my contract. I know what I have to do. In your contract, Lala, does it say you have to do these things? And again, you've been in this business long enough. You love to tell us, you know this game. You realize that Vanderpump still has spectacular ratings as far as Bravo shows go. So they're definitely not going to cancel it. So you could have easily, not have sold out to whatever this production, whatever production wanted, allegedly, that said you couldn't have a storyline. Why does Ariana have to pay the price? Because allegedly, according to you, your producers suck and they won't let you have a storyline. Maybe you didn't have a storyline. What were you going to offer us?
We had to talk about this. It wasn't even a divide in the group. Like, this had demolished the group.
Tom had demolished the group, not whatever this is. She's like separating herself from talking by talking about it this way. So like this had, thus implicating Ariana, which I think is a huge problem for both her and Sheena this season. Like, stop making it as though this is something that happened. Like Ariana said, like nothing happened. Tom did it.
Nothing happened. You did it.
So what Tom did. So maybe go to the producers and be like, fire Tom, just get rid of him. Okay. If this isn't working, he's not getting it. He's an asshole. We don't need him. Nobody wants to watch him. So maybe we could fire him. Why can't we ice him out?
I don't even know how to answer that question, because so many times there were a lot of us who tried to push past talking about this, and we simply couldn't. We couldn't. I mean, my life at this point in time, I was wanting to have a baby. I was going down a path of healing and sinking into what my reality is, trying to let go of a lot of anger. And I think you saw at the beginning of the season, where I lose it on Sandoval on the boat, and I have to catch myself. The triggers for me run very, very deep. And if I don't start checking myself, and I said this during the season, I'm going to end up in a really bad spot. So
like now, where you're crying on the internet being like, I'm sorry, I told you bitches I didn't need your money. I do need it. And you don't have rabies, but you still kind of do have rabies. And I'm so sorry. But they talked about me as a mother. I won't tell you what they said, but just know it was really, really bad. So please buy my sweatshirts. Send it to Daryl. It's still cool.
So I don't know what people want me to say as far as what my storyline was. I showed up. I was willing to talk about anything and everything. Unfortunately, something that Tom Sandoval did destroyed the dynamic of the group.
Yep.
And unfortunately and fortunately, we film a television show based on this.
Wait, are they on a television show? I'm so confused.
This group. There was no avoiding the conversation. I also would have liked to have moved on. Many of us wanted to move on. We tried to move the needle.
Maybe you didn't have to like bully your friend into talking to and being in uncomfortable situations and forgiving this asshole who showed no contrition and was just like, I am even Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Vanderpump tried to save this dude. Realized even she couldn't because he's so stupid. And he's just a problematic person. So then she was like, oh, you know what? Lala and Sheena would do it. Yes, they will.
Have some remorse. Have some sensitivity.
Right? Silly Goose television show. What is this show she speaks of? I thought I was watching a group of friends. What?
It was hard. And I think that most people will not understand because they don't film a show. Their lives.
Oh, we're stupid. We're not going to understand. We're not super special people on the TVs. It's not like we haven't been like studying these shows and fans of these shows. We just don't get it. We're just so stupid living in like Iowa. We're so stupid.
They're not a show. When you have to combine the two, it really is fucking hard.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry that your job is so hard. Let me tell all of the people who work really hard jobs. Let me tell every nurse out there trying to get through a 12-hour shift of saving lives and sometimes not being able to, or having the help, or being understaffed. Let me go tell them how hard it is for you to just be your authentic self and get overly paid to afford nails that, to the sky and $10,000 purses. Ugh, I feel so bad for you. I feel so bad for you. Can we get a reality check on this chick? This is coming off so unlikable at this point. This isn't that hard, Lala. You fucked up. Okay? Yeah. You picked the wrong team, the wrong horse. You sold yourself out. You were willing to sell Ariana, throw her under the bus for the almighty dollar because you want to buy more Michael Jordan hockey jerseys. I think it's a Michael Jordan. I don't know what's happening right now. Okay? Stop.
Especially when something as traumatic as Scandival happens in a group.
If it's so traumatic, then maybe you'd have a little more empathy for your friend.
I think that most people will not understand because they don't film a show. Their lives are not a show. When you have to combine the two, it really is fucking hard. Especially when something as traumatic as Scandival happens in a group of people who have known each other a decade plus, been filming a show for 11 years. It was challenging. And the fact that we pulled it off, 18 episodes, it's fucking wild to me.
You guys are fucking geniuses. You're saving lives. Psh. The fact that we pulled it off and gave you 18 shitty freaking episodes of us talking out of both sides of our mouths and trying to save a man who doesn't even want to be saved himself, and throwing our friends under the bus and going after who arguably should have just been the hero of the season, Ariana. Why didn't they just let Ariana be the narrator? In that last scene, they should have just let her narrate. Here's why I walked out. She's been there longer than Lala. She's the voice of reason now on the show. Sandoval got to narrate for so long, and then they gave it to Lala. We did it, you guys. We ruined a TV show. Did I mention we're on a TV show? Is this a TV show? It's a TV show.
It was challenging. And the fact that we pulled it off, 18 episodes.
Wow.
Fucking wild to me.
Your switch up from last season to this season is so confusing. Why would you go after Tom that way in the reunion and then ride so hard for him this season?
Well,
do you see John looked at the camera? I'm doing this for you. I feel like John's one of us. Hashtag one of us. John, I see you. John. You pretend you just like the LA Rams and the Lakers and California sports, but I see you. You got to work with this chick. He's like, did that for you, you guys. One of us, okay? That was a good one. Let's watch him look at the camera again.
It was challenging. And the fact that we pulled it off, 18 episodes, fucking wild to me.
Your switch up from last season to this season is so confusing. Why would you go after Tom that way in the reunion and then ride so hard for him this season?
Well, we see that, John. Did you guys see? I love this, John. I'm a fan now, John. John's like, he looked at the camera multiple times to be like, I'm asking this bitch the questions, okay? I can't help it if she doesn't get it.
Your switch up from last season to...
He's looking, hey guys, I got your back. Lala's like, read the card, John.
This season is so confusing. Why would you go after Tom that way in the reunion?
What is she going to her notes, her files? What is she doing?
And then ride so hard for him this season.
Well, no.
He looks one more time this season, huh? Your switch up. I'm saying she's a hypocrite flip-flopper. You're welcome, guys. Thanks, John.
Number one, I didn't ride for him so hard at all.
What? Bitch, you rode for him to the point where after the reunion, he said, respect. I respect you. I got you. And then you probably haven't heard from him. You rode for him. You basically rode him at this point. You were like, how can you say you didn't ride for him? You were like, you know what? It's one thing for Ariana to show up every day and do her job after getting cheated on and lied to by one of her closest friends and her partner of 10 years. But you know who had a really hard time showing up? Rachel, Raquel, and Tom Sandoval. I got mad respects for them. Remember when you were just like, going on in your Your Love David's bridal dress, and you were just like, they're so amazing. Girl, we can't have these conversations until you're willing to like be in reality and speaketh the trutheth.
Is so confusing. Why would you go after Tom that way in the reunion and then ride so hard for him this season?
Well, number one, I didn't ride for him so hard at all. I didn't show up to any of his events that he invited me to. I simply practiced compassion and acknowledged that a human being was a human being.
Where was this compassion for Pickleball Rand? Is he not a human being? He didn't kill anyone. Or did he? Is that what she's not telling us? He killed someone. Oh my God.
And it's wild that I was actually lit on fire because...
Quit using other people's lines. That's Katie's. That's not yours. Nobody lit you on fire. People held you accountable and had questions. Girl. Oh, you sound like Joe Wenberg at this point. I got ripped.
Because of it this season. I did not jump on the Tom Sandoval train.
Girl, you were the conductor. You were like, choo choo, let's go, Sandy Butt. Hop on, bitch. We're getting another season. Fuck Ariana. That's what you did. Just admit it. Girl, what are you doing?
In any way, shape, or form. I acknowledged where I wanted to be in my life, mentally and emotionally, knowing that I was going to bring a child into the world and I wanted to be in a healthy...
You guys, I'm so confused. Is she pregnant? Is she bringing a child into the world? I wish she would talk about that more.
Space.
Mm-hmm.
I did that all for me. I think people are fixating on the Tom Sandoval of it. Take Tom out, insert someone else. It doesn't matter.
What?
This was my journey of healing.
What?
You're going to see me switch up a lot.
Oh my girl, this isn't even about you. So why couldn't you just stay with your whatever of healing? Why did you have to push that shit onto Katie and Ariana? And why did you have to be like head cheerleader for the Toms? So much so that you and Schwartz were like eye effing throughout the season.
Lot. That's how life works. I don't just pop up on your screen once a year for 15 weeks for 10 minutes max. I live a life every single day from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed and we start over, and I experience different things during those days that shape me differently.
So from hour to hour, we're going to get a whole different opinion, perspective, and integrity from you? I don't think that's how that works. I understand we all go through a range of emotions throughout the day and there's not a constant, but you're like, I don't know, 1 minute I could say like, yes, okay, the earth is round. The next minute I'm a flat earther, okay? And then the next minute I'm a round earther again. It's just me. It's just who I am. Deal with that bench.
Make me look at life differently. When I have this baby, I'm going to look.
Wait, is she pregnant? Oh my God, Mazel. I had no idea.
Look at life differently.
I know.
I'm changing every single day. So while I understand the audience.
But what is the motivation to the change? Because it seems like it's cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. It seems like it's the money. That's what it seems like. That's what you're going to follow, the money.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Wow. Okay. So she's changing every minute. Can't rely on her. She might be like, yes, I'll be there. Yes, I'll come to work. But you know what? I'm changing every minute. The next minute, I'm not coming. That's not what I'm doing. I can't be there.
Audience feels like the reunion happened and then the next day, that's what I was acting like. Time had passed for me. I was not directly affected by Scandoval. Ariana was, and I felt for her. But my life had kept moving. And I am.
Oh, well, lucky fucking you. Isn't that nice? It didn't really bug me. No, it didn't. It made my friend really upset. She's processing it. But me, I'm like, I'm so good. I'm so good. But I made it about me.
Not someone who is friends with Tom Sandoval. I wasn't friends with him before this happened. I most certainly wouldn't be friends with him after this happened. And there were many times this season that he did invite me to his concerts.
Lap. What?
The hangouts.
What?
I didn't go to any of them.
What?
Because number one, it wouldn't make sense. I would never go if we weren't filming a show.
Interesting, because that's what we thought. That's similar to what we thought. After season of you not liking Tom Sandoval and saying you saw through his bullshit, now you were his biggest advocate and biggest cheerleader going against the woman, Ariana, who's supposed to be your friend, who had your back, even though you like to rewrite history and say she didn't. We've seen lots of seasons where she did, in fact, have your back when the other women wanted nothing to do with you. So that's how we felt. We were like, this doesn't make any sense. So you're basically telling us, yeah, I don't like him, I'm not friends with them. But you did so much dirty work for him. in the hopes of another season. That's it. So that then goes to the point that you're like, I keeps it real. Well, that's not very real, Lala. It seems like this is just like an acting job then. Because Ariana was really dating Tom. And Sheena and Ariana were really friends. But for you, who you're like, I'm the realest bitch here. I gets to clapping. Lauren from Utah. I got Tupac inside me, bitch. But really, you're like, no, I don't even fuck with him. So you get to be real or reality TV real when you want to, but then you get to dictate and tell other people, you ain't being real enough, Katie. You need to expose all your DMs, bitch. Okay? Disengage. So you were holding Katie to this ridiculous standard, and here you are going, I don't really even fuck with that dude. I don't fuck with that dude. What are you talking about? Like, you see him, so ridiculous.
Hangouts. I didn't go to any of them because number one, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, just like it didn't make sense when you were like, I think you're a good guy. What? I think it's such a big deal that he showed up. What? I'm sorry, what? What? I think Ariana should leave the house and he should say, what? Huh? What?
I would never go if we weren't filming a show. And number two, even though I had questions for Ariana because that's just what we do in this environment that we've been doing for many years, I would always pick her. Still right now.
Huh? But you didn't pick her. You picked the Toms. You picked the Sandoval redemption arc. You picked what production wanted you to pick. You didn't pick her. And by doing that, you threw Katie and Ariana, who were your real friends, under the bus. And then you're like, I don't even care. I don't even give a fuck. And of course you'd pick Ariana now because everyone's like, you look so dumb right now. Oh my goodness. Yes, Tommy. Blah, blah is blabbering.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
What?
Us not seeing eye to eye. If you said pick Sandoval or Ariana.
We did. We said that all season. Ariana said that. Like literally that's the basis of their argument against Ariana is that she allegedly made them pick. And she's like, oh, I can pick. I'd pick Ariana. Well, then why the fuck didn't you? That's what you and Sheena were like. We shouldn't have to pick. We shouldn't be put in this position. This is ridiculous. But now you're literally voluntarily going, I'll pick Ariana. That's exact. But that was a problem before. Right, guys? What is this? What's happening? I'm so bored with you, lady. You make no sense. Ariana literally said that. Life is about choices, okay? There are choices and there's consequences to those choices. And now you're like, no, I would legit pick that bitch. But on the season, you guys had such a problem with it. What? Oh my God.
It's a no-brainer.
Why did you really unfollow Katie and Ariana?
Nobody
Are you really
got my
not
feeling
friends
like
anymore
I'm
or not
feeling
on
you.
speaking terms?
Again, I think that time.
Girl, and you did the most dramatic bullshit. It wasn't even this season where you fucked up. It was all the interviews, all the little petty little girl middle school behavior. I'm following these bitches because you were jealous, and then you hid it or you hide it now behind like some kind of like mental health, or even you didn't even say that at first. You were like, I just wasn't interested in their lives anymore. But you just told us you would pick Ariana. I know, I feel like we're being pranked. And yes, Rebecca Palma, ain't nobody got me feeling like I'm feeling you. Like I'm feeling you. Like I'm feeling you. Oh, God, this is a lot of work, Lala. Us having to listen to you, that's a lot of work. That's a mad respect for John. Mad respect, John. Disengage, Glenna says. Disengage, ho. You don't know, ho. Look at her. Even she's like, I don't really believe this. I don't really know what's happening.
Why did you really unfollow Katie and Ariana? Are you really not friends anymore or not on speaking terms?
Again, I think that time does very crazy things. When I think about time, I always, for some reason, go back to my dad. And it was like, one day I had a dad, and in a matter of seconds, I didn't.
She blamed it on being a Virgo.
And then I spiraled for a really long time. And time passed, and I have healed a lot. Something that you feel like you can never come back from, you suddenly come back from. That's what time.
Awesome. We're very happy for you. What does that have to do with you unfollowing Ariana and Katie? You want to throw these huge things She's so much like the whataboutisms and the dramatics. It's like, but they talked about me being my mother. They talked about my baby. And you want to talk about like your dad passing and all these things when none of that was in the question. What does that have to do with your Instagram and you unfollowing them and then going on a PR tour to like shit on them?
Time does. So I'm not going to say that I would never be friends with them again. What I do know is this season was very tough.
Girl, they do not want to be your friends. If we know anything about Katie Maloney, she is no baloney. Okay. Katie Maloney is she's not gonna be like, sure, come back in, Lala. You have broken all the offenses, all the things. All right. The trust, the everything. You wanted in the Witches of WeHo so bad. You wanted in that coven, only to start burning witches at the stake yourself. So they don't want to be your friend. This isn't a matter of you don't get to decide now if they're going to be your friend. You have to now do what Tom Sandoval didn't do and try to get your way back in. Because I guarantee these ladies are not going to choose you. You are not a good friend, ma'am. What we are seeing, not a good friend.
Suddenly come back from. That's what time does. So I'm not going to say that I would never be friends with them again. What I do know is this season was very tough for me.
This is so different from at the end of the reunion when she was like, I don't even care. I don't even care about seeing Kate. I don't care about talking to Kate. I don't care about Ariana. I don't even talk to these people. What is it? Oh my God. But she sees that like they have a brand now. Katie's a brand. Ariana's a brand. Something about her is a brand. It's a popular brand. So of course she wants back on that choo-choo, that train. She would still be hating if people bought into this. If the majority of people were anti-Ariana and anti-Katie, Lala would still be hating. She'd be a hating asshole.
I felt like there were moments where I was having people come at things that had nothing to do with the show, right? It got dark. And there are things that I do sometimes to kind of bring me back to the light. And if one of those things happens to be unfollowing people who don't really make me feel good in the moment, I'm going to do that.
Is it that they don't make you feel good or they're not doing what you want and you feel guilty? Because what exactly did they do to you besides Katie not jumping on the Ariana sucks and has a huge ego and is ruining the show wagon, and Ariana just setting her boundaries? What did they do to you to make you not feel good other than not give you your way, I guess?
And I think anybody and everybody should exercise doing whatever they need in the moment to feel good.
Oh, this chick sucks. Like, she sucks. I really thought maybe, I always hold out hope. Maybe she could come back from this. If she just starts, she is sinking. Any possibility. Wow. The only thing that she would have on her side is the time thing. And that, we have short memories. But I don't think even my memory is that short.
You don't need to explain it to anybody unless you're doing this podcast. But like, I just wanted to feel good for a moment. I mean, this season, you
guys, it's so hard for her. This has been the hardest season for Lala. It's so difficult. So all of you dumb bitches out there who have hard jobs, fuck you. It's way harder for Lala. Lala's really struggling. And the fact that you bitches don't see that, and like 3 people might have commented something mean about her being a mother, but she's not going to tell us what that was, but it was pretty awful. But then when faced with one of the comments that people are leaving about her having a baby for a storyline, she just laughs at it and is like, I didn't even know that existed. How dare you? How dare you bitches do that to Lala? How dare you? How dare you?
Really being obliterated. It was very loud. And I'm used to having seasons wanted to feel good for a moment. I mean, this season, I was really being obliterated.
Were you, or did you obliterate yourself? I mean, you were on a press tour the whole time talking shit, and then people just didn't believe you. So, and then you shit on the people that provide you your paycheck, the people that buy your shitty stuff, listen to your shitty podcast. You shit on them, and then they were like, "Oh no, okay, you don't need us, okay, bye, bitch." And now you're like, "Just kidding, come back to me, baby, won't you please?"
It was very loud, and I'm used to having seasons where I'm not people's favorite. But the amount of hate that I was getting this season that had nothing to do with what was being shown on TV, it was a lot.
What was it? Baby girl, honey, baby doll, child, we're going to need you to provide us some receipts because this is getting really ridiculous. The fact that you just keep saying these things exist and you're being so cryptic about it. And we're like, what is it? And you're acting like it was such a big deal. You would do the same thing, but we have no receipts.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
What was it? What did they say? What was so bad?
Favorite. But the amount of hate that I was getting this season that had nothing to do with what was being shown on TV, it was a lot. And it really hurt my feelings. So if I needed to delete social media and unfriend a few people on Instagram to keep me where the light is, especially being pregnant, then that's what I'm going to do.
Give them Lala is
Whoa. Is she pregnant? I had no idea. Yes, Lit and Lore coming through with killer comments. Katie and Ariana were so gracious to her. They weren't in the comments. They were so nice to her. Despite all of Lala's immature antics this season, her keep poking them. They remained like so above it, almost like they were like, all right, Lala, whatever. Like, we're just going to let her do whatever she's got to do. So if anything, they were allowing you to what you didn't know was a mistake at the time, but to drag them for the paycheck to feed your children, like you say, to feed your child. So they were actually doing something really sweet to you and being very kind. And Ariana could have easily went out and done all these interviews about you. She didn't. So could Katie. She didn't. You said so much shit. You talked so much shit. You literally you fucked around and you found out, lady.
Off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GTL.
You claim to be a girl's girl. Why can't
Also, interesting that she does have better health. Health, yes, Lisa. You better get on that. Is she using those promo codes?
Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.
Because surely if everyone gets 10% using your code, maybe you could get it free and then tell us what you learned.
HELP.com/GTL.
You claim to be a girl's girl. Why can't you support Ariana?
I don't know when I've claimed to be a girl's girl. Do I prefer chicks over men? Hell yeah. But that doesn't mean that just because you're a girl, I blindly go into this and support you.
That's not being a girl's girl. Okay. We understand that someone who might identify as a feminist or someone who might identify as a girl's girl, obviously not every girl they're going to be able to get along with. All right. In this particular situation, it was your fucking friends. Those were your friends, lady. They were your friends. Ariana was your friend. It wasn't just some random girl you had to take up for. It was your friends. But also in a lot of ways, there are a lot of random girls out there where when the patriarchy or society or misogyny is hitting them, it might be good to say something. Because if it was happening to you, you would want someone to say something, which is something you bring up quite a bit. But the fact that you're acting like I can't just stick up for every random girl. It wasn't a random girl. It was your friend. She wasn't your best friend, ho. Only she was one of your good friends. And yet here you sit saying, ugh, I'm not even like a girl's girl. Oh, we know.
Girl. Do I prefer chicks
Do I prefer chicks over dicks? Will I go down on you in the backseat of a car? Will I lick it up? Yes, I will, baby. But don't say I'm like a feminist or something. Her and Sheena need to read a book. They need to read. The idea of feminism that they have is so off and so the lore within the patriarchy about feminism that's like some man-hating, angry bitches. And then these same women say, well, I'm not a girl's girl. I'm not a feminist. But then they cry when they get hit by misogyny, sexism, and the patriarchy. They're like, oh, but they were way harder on Tom Schwartz about the kiss, or way harder on me than Tom Schwartz about the kiss. Sheena said, it's like, yeah, bitch, welcome to the patriarchy. Hello, women are always blamed. All right, get on our level. We are trying to help out here. So you going against Ariana in this situation where clearly misogyny is at play. Clearly Alex Baskin-Robbins and Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog and Lisa Vanderpump are sitting there like, how do we save the toxic dudes? Where clearly all of these things that we hate about the patriarchy, all these things we hate about misogyny in the workplace and in life in general are happening. You know, you guys are like, we're going to help. We're going to do that. Because you would sell your fellow sister out for $1 a bill to buy a home in the valley, but you don't want to be on the valley. Okay.
Over men? Hell yeah. But that doesn't mean that just because you're a girl, I blindly go into this and support you. I mean, for the most part, the people who are dragging me down to the depths of hell this season have all been women.
Yeah, because we're calling you out. And we're saying, hi, you're a patriarchy puppet. Hi, patriarchy puppet. Yeah, huh. But yet you want us to like have empathy for you. And, you know, I would say for the most part, the fans, we were all like very happy you got away from Randall. We were like, hell yeah, expose him, bitch. Randall scandal, do the damn thing. Ovaries forever. You know, uteri unite. But so I don't, of course, we're going to call out when you are clearly switching up and talking now to both sides of your mouth and not supporting another woman in a situation of cheating, possible narcissistic abuse, because you didn't get the same comfy feelings when that happened to you. So you're going to punish another woman. We're like, hello, wake up. Most of us were just like, wake up, Lala. What's going on? What's happening? We want to cheer for you. We don't want to be like anti-Lala, but you literally make it impossible to cheer for you. Impossible. Christina's in the chat. Shout out to my friend Christina Coca. But you make it impossible at this point. But women are calling me out. So, right? Women are bitches. We're calling you out because we see what you're doing and it doesn't help us. You're setting us back. What was it Heather McDonald said on a Daily Blast Live? The reason women aren't as far along as they should be is because of the women, I'm paraphrasing, is because of the women who are sticking up for Sandoval. Because of what's happening with Sandoval. And I was like, preach, Heather McDonald. Preach. And I'm sure Lala did not like that. I mean, my God. Christina says, Joleen Lunzer, I said, thank God I waited to start this video because she didn't have the video up yet earlier. Have to have therapy and cry about going off the pill first. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm ready now. Yes, I knew it. When I listened to this, I was like, oh my God, Christina is going to have a field day with this video of Lala's, because the contradictions, the hypocrisies, the talking out of both sides of the mouth. I was like, Christina's going to just plug and freaking investigative journalism. But here's what you said here, but here's what happened here. Yes, the thing is, we wanted to cheer for you, Lala. We 100% wanted to. We were all like, yes, people bought your sweatshirt. All it said was send it to Daryl. That's how supportive we were. It wasn't even that cute. And it allowed you to put a huge down payment on a home. People really, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, like Tyra Banks. But then you had to show us so blatantly, so clearly that you're not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Okay, maybe not all of us. I'm sure there's like Shawnee's like, no, we didn't. Not all of us. Not everybody. Okay. Yes, like Christina's saying, I used to like you, Larlar. Ugh, how could you do this to me? Question mark. Oh my God, I just put that clip in my sound effects to upload. How could you do this to me? Question mark. Sent. Luann de Lesseps. Ugh. Did she start reading her comments? How does she know we think she has lost her mind? Amy, that's a great question. She doesn't read comments. She's not in the comment section. And did you know she's pregnant and on a television show? I had no idea. This is like crazy to me.
Who don't know me. So, do I prefer women over men? Yes. But to call me a girl's girl, I don't know that I've ever said that I'm a girl's girl. I think people labeled me a feminist after season 6, where I was like, pussy runs everything. And I do believe that. But just because you're a woman does not mean that like I'm going to mess with you. Because like I said, it's women who really.
But what if it's a woman who's your friend, who's had your back, like Ariana? Or your friend like Katie? We're not asking for just any woman. We're literally saying the show didn't fucking make sense because you went against your friends to root for, cheer for, bring up, cape for a man that hated you and you hated. And it made no sense.
Really try to like bring me down pretty hardcore. And
how do we have the power to bring you down like that, girl? How do we have, by simply us giving our opinion about the show and your behavior on a television show, and then you not liking it, and then you start name calling, and then we're like, all right, we're just going to pull our support. That's what happens. That's what happens.
The finale episode of Vanderpump aired last night. Did anyone watch it? Did they show my purge?
I was unaware. I was supposed to be watching Vanderpump.
Don't worry, I didn't watch either.
Okay. Okay.
We will be watching though because yes, we'll
that's
be
why I
watching.
just asked. Do I have to watch this,
No.
or can I just freeball it when we're talking about it?
No, because I'm not going to talk. I'm not addressing any VPR
Beautiful.
news
Don't wanna watch
until
any of-
third
so I
part of the reunion, and it's
Beautiful.
going to be very quick. You guys don't need to weigh in. I don't want questions. I'm going to say my piece. We're going to move on, and I never want to discuss season 11 again. And I hope by that time everyone gets their fucking rabies shots because they're foaming at the mouth. These fucking bitches in these streets on socials. I'm like, yo.
Amen, amen. We got
I'm tired.
What?
I said they make me tired. The rabies bitches.
Okay, so
I'm like, yo. Also, how you behaved, Ariana, how you and Sheena were behaving is like, I think a lot of women's biggest fear that they will go through something really traumatic, that a man will put them in a situation where it uproots their life and they need the support of their girlfriends. And instead they find their girlfriends taking up for the man. Ariana was just in a situation where one of her friends betrayed her in the worst way possible. And then you two act like this. So yeah, women are going to have an opinion about that because it's like, holy shit, that's like some spooky shit for us chicks that you supposedly like so much.
And they don't even know me.
Were you a production?
So we can't have an opinion because we don't personally know you in real life, because we don't want to know you in real life. We watch you on a show. We can't have opinion about your behavior on the show. Is that what you're saying, Lala? This is ridiculous.
Pussy runs everything, and I do believe that. But just because you're a woman does not mean that like I'm gonna mess with you. Because like I said, it's women who really try to like bring me down pretty hardcore, and they don't even know me.
Were you a production?
By just having an opinion about your behavior on a television show, and having an opinion about you calling anyone who doesn't agree with your behavior on a television show a rabies bitch, and letting your white boy dreads brother say that about us. And also like off the television show, you did that in interviews and you were acting ridiculous and you put it out there, and that's how you make your money. And we can't have an opinion about that.
Production puppet this season because you thought you were going to be rewarded.
Yep. 100% John. Yes. Producer John, give it to us. Yeah. Give it to us raw. That's true.
And who really try to like bring me down pretty hardcore, and they don't even know me.
Were you a production puppet this season because you thought you were going to be rewarded?
I've been in this game a long time.
Yes. This would have been the perfect moment for her to go, yeah. Yes. They promised me the world. That is the story of Los Angeles, girl. It's like, I've been in this game a long time. Okay, Wu-Tang Clan, calm it down. Calm it down over there. I've been in this game. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. There's rules to this shit. I wrote me a manual. She really should study the 10 Crack Commandments, because so much of the 10 Crack Commandments translates over to Lala's life. So she needs to start listening to Life After Death, pull out that album, listen to the 10 Crack Commandments, and it'll teach you so much. It's not just for the crack doers or sellers. It's about life, you guys.
You're not rewarded for things like that.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, 100% you are. Whether it's more money, which she's going to say no because it's not in her contract, more opportunities. If they like you, when opportunities come up, they're going to think about you. It's literally, you scratch my back, I'll rub your balls. Like that's, we know how LA works.
You thought you were going to be rewarded.
I've been in this game a long time. You're not rewarded for things like that. There's a tier system in place. I went in and I was authentic, and things that didn't make sense to me, I asked questions. If I felt it, I said it. Like I said, I will always have an opinion. It's what allows me to go in and make TV. And I'm happy the audience has an opinion, because they are what makes it so that we can have a successful show. Without us both having an opinion, there's no show to be discussed. I have never been anyone's puppet. The audience knows me.
I think we're arguing that we don't, because you talk out of both sides of your mouth, and you said any minute, hour, second, you're just going to change because you're changing.
They know that I can change up quick.
Yeah, you told us that. A little too quick, a little too drastic. What do you stand for? We don't know.
I ask questions if things don't make sense.
Yeah, you ask questions to confuse the situation further. And because you're mad, because your ego's bruised, and you didn't get the reaction you wanted.
I can go from slicing you with my words to being putty.
Are we really? It's just this. Disengage, bitch. Disengage, ho. I don't know. I think she's better with her words in that sense. So is Ariana. But okay.
In your hand. It is what it is. This
I'm putty in your hand.
is the way I've been since I was a young kid.
It's not like you could change it through therapy or self-reflection or to more of like a balanced thing. It's no. Okay.
I went into this season like I go into every single season. This is how
Asking, where is the money? When can I deposit the check? Oh, it's direct deposit? Fantastic. Will there be more money? How about the money? I'm here for the money.
Slicing you with my words to being putty in your hand. It is what it is. This is the way I've been since I was a young kid. I went into this season like I go into every single season. This is how I feel. And people can try to change my mind. I'm open to, like I said, healthy debates, healthy conversations. I love not seeing eye to eye with people because it opens such fun, intense conversations. And I thrive off of environments like that, which is why I keep exposing myself to reality television because I enjoy it. I've never been anyone's puppet, and I certainly wasn't this season.
Why did you feel the need to disclose a private?
So, okay, let's just ask the question here. You weren't someone's puppet, yet you had a different perspective about the Ariana and Tom situation and the scandal of it all. But then you met with Lisa Vanderpump and producers pre-season about the show maybe getting canceled or Tom will hurt himself. And that you guys weren't going to get enough episodes. And then you flipped it up real quick and you're like, all right, I'll throw Ariana under the bus. So wouldn't that be a puppet? Because that's what they wanted you to do. And you didn't necessarily want to do that. That wasn't true to who you were because you just got done telling us you don't give a shit about Tom Sandoval. You don't hang out with Tom Sandoval. You didn't go to any of his events because Tom Sandoval's no one to you. But you threw your friend under the bus because two men and Lisa Vanderpump, who are producers on the show, told you to? And told you if you didn't do something and push Ariana, then the show was going to be canceled. Isn't that kind of like, isn't them puppeteering you because it wasn't organically in your own brain?
Private conversation with Katie that happened off.
I enjoy it. I've never been anyone's puppet, and I certainly wasn't this season.
Why did you feel the need to disclose
Thank
a private
you,
conversation
Liz.
with Katie that happened off camera and bring your convo with Ariana where she apologized back up?
Thank you.
The first question, the conversation that I had with Katie was not private. These were things that she had said to production, and the phone call that I was referring to, production was on the phone. She has been a part of this show since its conception. She knows the drill. It's always been the same. It's been the same in my 8 years of doing it. That conversation that I brought up had to do with production, and she knows that. What was the second part of the question?
And why did you bring your convo with Ariana where she apologized?
She has notes. She knows these questions. She's looking down at pieces of paper. Katie knows that. We had a meeting with production, which we do, but in this meeting, I decided to flip the script and be like, you know what? We got to take Ariana down because otherwise we're not going to have a show and I got to pay for my children, okay? Because you're not a mother, Katie, so you don't mean anything in this world, okay? Your uterus is empty. Therefore, you aren't sitting at a high level like I am, okay? You're a barren bitch, all right? If you don't have a baby, you can't have a family. Everybody knows that. It's in the Bible, all right? Katie knows how this works. She knows, how am I going to get my nails done if Ariana is being a frickin' bitch with boundaries? I don't want that. Bitch.
Do with production. And she knows that.
And she knows that.
What was the second part of the question?
I hope Katie never talks to her again. Oh my God, Katie, you deserve such a better friend than this garbage. It's crazy to me that Lala thinks she's like smarter, wittier, and can get one on Katie.
The question?
And why did you bring your convo with Ariana where she apologized back up?
Because there are things that I've apologized for many times where they bring a flashback.
But did Ariana do that to you? Did she do that to you? So when someone kicks me in the leg and I go, ow, and then that person goes away, I see someone else who didn't get kicked in the leg and I kicked them in the leg. And they're like, why did you do that? Well, because I've been kicked in the leg, so you should be kicked in the leg too. Everyone should have leg kicks. But I didn't kick you. It doesn't matter. I got kicked in the leg. You know, like I'm just going to kick. If someone kicks me in the dick, I don't have a dick. But if I did, then I'm just going to be a dick kicker my whole life. This logic is like horrid.
I mean, the amount of times I've seen me getting
me. I love the word me. La la, me.
Because there are things that I've apologized for many times where they bring a flashback up. I mean, the amount of times I've seen me getting my hair done, talking about the Range Rover I got after letting someone hit it the first night, or me calling my ex a stand-up guy. I mean,
but you did that a lot. Like you did the BJs for BJs, you did the Gucci slides. Don't come for my man. Don't even put my man in that category. My man is the best man. It wasn't like a one-stop shop. You did that all the time. It was like barf-worthy how much you were sticking up for pickleball no neck Randall. Mr. Predator. You were like, my man. So yeah.
I've seen this flashback more times than I ever care to see ever in my life.
Tell me about it.
I wanted it to be a fair playing field. You may have apologized. I've apologized for things too, but I'm still held.
Oh, now we want it fair. Oh, it's fair. Everything's fair. Okay. All right. That's what it was. It was just she wants it all fair. And I'm sure we can all name all the times that Lala was completely fair. It was fair. Well, if we're going to throw that out there, let's throw out when you had an NDA. So now if Ariana doesn't want to talk about something, now everyone in the cast should be able to throw out an NDA. Or if they don't want to talk about their relationship, which you didn't want to talk about your relationship, you were like, I am not talking about that. I'm not talking about Rand. Andy's like, are you still with the same guy that they said you were the mistress for? I'm not talking about that. Well, if that's the case, then it's only fair that Ariana could then say, well, I don't want to have this scene with Tom, this crybaby scene, when I already had a crybaby scene with him and he screamed at me. And Ariana said, I don't give a fuck about fucking Raquel. Your relationship is bullshit. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. So that would be fair then, that then since you did that in the past, since you said you weren't going to talk about certain aspects of your life, then that would only be fair that your co-stars could do that as well, right? If we're just talking in terms of fair. It's an even playing field. It's clownish. It's like, it takes us 2 seconds to think of ways in which you're just clowning yourself. Phony baloney. Okay, we're almost done, you guys. We are so close.
Held accountable. So it was my way of kind of saying, like, can we get a flashback that Ariana has not always been this perfect girl's girl. She didn't acknowledge me at all when I had a party to celebrate the longevity of the Give Them Lala brand.
What a bitch. Burner at the stake. Burner at the stake. Ariana didn't celebrate the makeup brand. Is that, oh no, look, is it even a thing? Do people buy that? Let me know if anyone has Give Them Lala makeup. Give Them Lala makeup. Is that making money? I don't know if I believe that. No offense, all offense. I'm not sure. Okay, there's a website. If you subscribe, you get 15% off. GiveThemLala.com. Okay. Oh, let's put a picture of herself. There's a BravoCon bundle. Okay. Yeah, I know I don't believe that this is. How long is longevity? But I can't believe that Ariana did not come to your Give Them Lala party makeup. What a bitch. Yes. Fuck Ariana. That's it. Team Lala. That's it. That's all it took.
She has openly stood there.
Janine has her makeup.
While
Janine.
Tom Sandoval, her then boyfriend, had belittled and degraded people like me, people like Stassi.
Oh, you got it with Ipsy. Oh, so you didn't get to choose it. Right, Janine? I'm so sorry that happened to you. That they just did that to you without your consent.
Openly stood there while Tom Sandoval, her then boyfriend, had belittled and degraded people like me, people like...
Are you kidding? Ariana, more times, like, she constantly had to be like, Tom, stop, shut the fuck up. Like, when he was, like, talking about being a cis male, and she also stopped Tom when Tom was trying to, like, fight with you and Katie and Rachel Raquel when they were having an affair already, Tom and Rachel, and we didn't even know. And Ariana stepped in, she's like, we're not doing this, Tom. We're not doing Tom versus the girls. Ariana always seemed to have to check stupid Tom Sandoval. Ma'am, again, why do we blame Ariana's behavior? Like Ariana for Tom's behavior. It's like us blaming you for Randall's behavior.
The new thing is that, you know, as a cis male, did you say cis? Raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, If I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
It's like she was constantly having to check her partner, which must have been so taxing, so frustrating to be like, dude, get on my level. You're making me look bad. All right. Ariana was always like, Tom, stop. We're not doing that, Tom. No, Tom, you're not taking this away from me, Tom. Tom, don't talk to them like that. Tom, you're not fighting the ladies, Tom. If anything, she did more than she should have had to stop this man baby. Why don't you? But now it makes no sense. So you want to punish her for that, but reward Sandoval when he's the one who was coming at the women. So he gets rewarded, and Ariana, who's in a relationship with him, probably feeling stuck as hell, she's going to get blamed because he's an asshole, even though she 100% did stand up to him when he did shit like that.
He has openly stood there while Tom Sandoval, her then boyfriend, had belittled and...
Is this the same time that you were taunting Randall's wife, Amber Childress, I think is her last name, that you're now friends with, God bless, when you were taunting her about being a baby mama and taking her man or having her man? When you were doing that on social media? Was this around that time? I can't remember.
And degraded people like me, people like Stassi. And she also watched Charlie laugh at me.
I mean, Charlie got some digs in on you, girl. Okay, it was like, that was pretty good. That made me miss Charlie.
When she was saying that I basically wasn't a good enough gold digger. Where are the flashbacks? Y'all...
I mean, you weren't. You picked like a guy that was like MLMing his way to the top. Like, oh, you give me this money and I'll put in here and then you'll get this much back. He was like Ponzi scheming his way to the top. And you were like, this is my man. Okay, you want to be on a PJ, bitch? We're better. You guys thought you were so good. You thought you were so cool. But Charlie made a good point. Like, you were really trying to the gold digging, but it was, you never were finding any gold. Just a lot of credits, allegedly. A lot of credits and false promises. And it seems like your ego got, bruised. And now Ariana and other women on the cast are going to pay for the rest of their lives. Because Charlie fucking read you, girl.
I'll do flashbacks of me and my not proud moments that I've apologized for all the time. Can we get the flashback?
Everybody gets flashbacks. They kept doing these ridiculous flashbacks this season of Ariana saying, hey, I don't want to be friends with someone who's friends with Tom. When she was saying that right after they broke up. Like, I need a separation of church and state here. I don't want to. And they kept, even when it wasn't necessarily, even when it didn't, wasn't the right flashback for that moment with Ariana, because then Tom tried to paint it like, she didn't want anyone to film with me. And she never said that. But she was definitely clear on, if you are going to be a close friend to this man who just did horrendous things to me, I do not want you in my circle of friendship.
So I was happy to see that they did the flashback. And I was also happy to see that they put in her apology. That was it. It was that simple. We're all going to get flashbacks. None of us are going to forget our past. Let's have it a level.
It's an even level playing field. Oh, I hate a girl like this. I really do, especially when it's your friend. So if it happened to me, I hope it happens to you. Okay? I hope the worst things in the world happen to you and only you, because it happened to me. All right? So sorry that happened to you, but it happened to me. So, oh well. I've compared it to this before, but it really does feel like people my age or a little bit older now who, when they talk about relieving students of this surmounting college debt they have, of how college tuition has raised 500% allegedly since the 80s. It's ridiculous how expensive college is now, and by erasing some of that student debt, people are like, oh, fuck that, I have to pay for mine, they should pay for theirs. It's like, but yours was in a different time. It still was expensive, but now it's way more expensive. So you want to fight against progress because you didn't benefit from that, but as a greater good, society as a whole will benefit from that. But Lala's that person that'll be like, nah, fuck that, I already paid my student loans. They're like, no, Randall paid them. Same, bitch, disengage. She reminds me of those people. And I have friends who I'm like, when did we get this old and out of touch, who are like, no, I pay for mine, they should pay for theirs. It's like, okay. She reminds me of those people. Thank you, Stacy. Yes, bring back Charlie, and thank you for becoming a member.
Lala. Full playing field.
So I have 2 game changers to share with you when it comes to—
Is it that you've realized and become self-aware and you're using the better health and going to the therapies and you're going to quit painting yourself as a victim on the show? Because if not, I don't want to hear about it.
Here, Impress on Falsies. That's impressbeauty.com/Lala and use code Lala at checkout for 25% off.
If you don't care about Katie's business, why should she care about you?
Exactly, Irene.
I care tremendously about Katie's business. I have done nothing but support something about her.
No. Because it opened up and you could have shown face. You could have shown support. And you were like, I didn't know it opened. Did it open? We just played the clip, Lala, in the beginning of this live, where you were like, something about her is open. Everyone on the planet, even friends of mine who don't watch the show, don't know anything about the show. They're like, what's up with that? Something about her. It's like a sandwich shop or something opened. And I'm like, yes, we talked about this, Lala. And you were like, oh my God, it's open? No way. Oh my God, that's so crazy. I had no idea. Good for them.
Since they came up with the idea. Again, these were things that she had spoken to production about and me. And we're filming a show. Something about her was conceived on Vanderpumprules, finale season 9.
It's nothing about her.
These were the same types of conversations that—
It's so interesting that she loves that rehearsed read, like Christina and Sephora are saying in the chat. Something about her is really nothing about her. So, and then when it becomes something, she's like, oh my God, I didn't even notice. You're paying attention. You are paying attention to the point where you have these rehearsed reads about it not being open yet. So you're definitely going to pay attention to when it's open, especially because more people are talking about that than are talking about, I didn't even know you still had makeup. I had no idea. No clue. But I know Katie and Ariana have sandwiches just like everybody else on the planet.
Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz had to have about Schwartz and Sandy's. So I felt—
I can't get through this. I really can't. Also, Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz don't have to do the things that many people on many different franchises of Housewives and Bravo television shows have had to do when they do something atrocious to the group of friends that fractures their position in it. There are seasons, even on this damn show, Vanderpump, we've talked about it, where people have had to be on the peripheral, be on the outside of the group because they've done some bad shit. You know, Kristen Doty wasn't just like, come back in. And we couldn't even have Tom Sandoval go through this for an episode, let alone a season. And yet you're like, it should be fair. Well, then shouldn't it be fair that the Tom should be treated the same way the women on the show? I mean, Stassi was on the outs in the group. Kristen was on the outs in the group. You yourself, Lala, were on the outs in the group. But yet you want to cape for the Toms. And they haven't had to atone, haven't had to have contrition, nothing. They just come back. They'll hit themselves.
Felt like what she had said to production and myself, and then decided last minute that she didn't want to do any of that because she was worried about her business. I didn't feel like anything she was saying would destroy the business. They were completely valid things that she was saying. It didn't make...
I mean, that's subjective. You don't know. How many successful businesses have you had? Honestly, without having to get online and cry and ask us to resubscribe to your podcast and buy your something about, what is it? Send it to Daryl. I was going to say something about Daryl. And how many like brick and mortar shops have you ever ran? Because it's very different than some online thing. Very, very different. So I don't think you can say that.
Sense to me. I could see if I said, you need to bring these things up because I want to fuck with your business. I want to burn it to the ground, because she literally said that on the phone to me. If you're going to fuck with my business, I'm going to fuck with yours.
Yeah.
And I did feel at that point in time that there was no business to speak of that she had. Mine was actually supporting my family. Is supporting my family.
Oh, isn't that interesting? She says, my business is actually supporting my family. Is supporting my family. Katie's business, it's not support. It'd be supporting Katie, and Katie is her family. Katie and her dogs. Katie and her clothes. Because Lala, I know you like to, like, I don't know, along the way where you forgot this or you never knew this, but women aren't defined by how many husbands they have or how many kids they have, and they can still have family, whether it be friends, whether it be them by themselves, whether it be them and a sticker collection. That is the beauty of it all. That is what women fought for, so that we could decide how we wanted to live our lives. That's why our mothers and our grandmothers had to go through such bullshit where they couldn't even buy a car on their own without a man, or a house, or take out a loan, or have a credit card. So they fought for us, and the ERA still trying to fight for us, even though we can't can't come to terms with all of these things. And you are out here being like, well, it's not like she has kids. She doesn't have to. She never has to have kids. And her life is still as valuable as yours. I don't know what Handmaid's Tale you think we live in, but you're also, it's highly insulting to women with kids, women without kids, women who might want kids but can't have kids, women who never wanted kids, women who are child-free by choice, women who are childless not by choice. You just assume that you being a breeder and you being able to get artificially inseminated or impregnated by a predator named Randall who plays pickleball somehow puts you on a higher level where you deserve more, you should get more time, you should get all these things, okay? Women are amazing and they create life, but the way you're weaponizing this and the way you're shitting on women who don't have children, whether by choice or not, is not progress. It's really stunted thinking, and it's really misogynistic, and it's freaking gross at this point because Katie does have a family. All right. You're not any more special than Katie or Ariana or anyone else on the freaking show because they don't have a child. Do you see how this is only said about women and not said about men? And you're continuing to perpetuate that bullshit. I'm so tired of this chick.
Business. I want to burn it to the ground because she literally said that on the phone to me. If you're going to fuck with my business, I'm going to fuck with yours. And I did feel at that point in time that there was no business to speak of that she had. Mine was actually supporting my family.
What do you mean there's no business? They sold more, as much, if not more, merchandise than you sold with your Send It to Daryl. They invested their money. That's a business. If they lose that and they lose that investment and it goes under, their family loses. They themselves lose. Oh my God, it's like elementary level logic and understanding and empathy that she completely lacks.
Fuck with yours. And I did feel at that point in time that there was no business to speak of that she had. Mine was actually supporting my family, is supporting my family.
Oh my God.
I just didn't understand like why she couldn't have conversations that I've watched the Toms have many times, and they opened a very successful bar. And we're filming a TV show. I just didn't understand like how the game had changed. And Schwartzy has come for my business before. Everyone knows how that ends. I almost Teresa Giudice the table on Tom Schwartz when he.
Yeah, she says that. And Schwartzy's come for my business. They're gonna. Okay, I didn't want it. I didn't will it, but they're gonna. All right, that's how it goes. Someone, I forget who, sent me a clip of. I wish I had it right now. It's in my Instagram, in my inbox, but it was of Lala on an after show seasons ago when those two ladies, I don't know who they are, but they would host the after show. One had short hair, one had long hair, two white ladies, brunettes, sometimes around Heather McDonald. Anyways, they were hosting it, and Lala was talking about how she was sexually attracted to Schwartz. Now she would bang Schwartz, and I was like, Schwartz called you a bootleg housewife. He said, told you blow your lips up. He talked about your business. He came for you. The same business that you feed your daughter with. Disengage, hoe.
When he tried to clown on my business. That was on TV.
Do you think you're a bad friend?
Yes.
I think I'm a friend. I don't think I'm a great friend.
What?
I don't think I'm a good friend. I think I'm a friend. I'm 33 years old. I'm past the point of being in the sandbox saying, you're my best friend. I have a family. I'm always going to pick.
Sheena, direct shot at Sheena. Sheena, we told you she'd be coming for you. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Disengage. Like, she's coming for you, Sheena. She makes these little jabs at Sheena. If you listen to her podcast, she talks about the way Sheena parents, and she's like, Sheena would be fine with me saying that. Sheena, run. That was a direct hit at Sheena. And he made boss friends. I'm not in the schoolyard, in the sandbox.
I'm 33 years old. I'm past the point of being in the sandbox saying, you're my best friend. I have a family. I'm always going to pick them over you. I can call you on the phone here and there, send you some text messages, let you know I'm proud of you. But if you're looking for someone to really be blindly loyal and show up and be a best friend, I'm not it. And I also don't.
Sheener, did you hear that? Also, wasn't Lala's whole argument of why when Ariana thought they were the Spice Girls and they were at Tom Tom and they were eating, and Lala was like, you're not there for me, Katie. I need someone to be there for me. Wasn't that your criticism of Katie? Like, you felt like she ditched you for Ariana? She wasn't there for you? And now you're like, no, bitch, I'm not like a friend. I'm like such a bad friend. I'm like not a good one, but I'm also not, but I'm like bad, but I'm not like super bad. But like, I'm not gonna like be there for you. If it's not about me, I'm not interested. If you're not one of my family members, if you don't have white boy dreads and your name is Easton, if you're not my mom, Lisa, if you're not Jessica the bootlicker, I'm not here for this, bitch. Disengage. But it was all about how Katie wasn't there for you. What? Another clip to add, Christina. I hate to put more work on your plate, but oh my gosh, yes. Rename it, Lala, to Give 'em la hypocrites. Give them hypocrisy. Not give them Lala, give them hypocrisy. And the scary thing is she thinks she's doing something. And literally a moron like me can sit here in my office outside of Los Angeles, and the rest of us, you guys, I'm not going to call you guys morons. I can just go, oh, that's not true on this. Oh, and this, but what does she think people are like watching like this with their ears plugged and their eyes closed? I mean, it's huh?
Of you. But if you're looking for someone to really be blindly loyal and show up and be a best friend, I'm not it. And I also don't expect that from my friends. My priorities are different. Yes. I have a baby. I got a mama. I got a brother. We all live together. Like,
isn't your brother old enough? Isn't that rabies ass bitch himself old enough to go out there and get his own ass a job? He can't just be licking your boots and going and wearing Give him Lala and eating edibles. Maybe he could get a gig. Is Jimmy's John's? You know, he can deliver at Jimmy's John's. I love Jimmy John's. I do. You know, you do something.
I have my pod. So
these orca references, like, actually, are dolphins? They're not. Are they orca? I don't know. She's got a pod, you guys. A podcast and a pod. Oh.
If you're going to be a friend who's needy and needs things from me that's going to take away from my pod,
this is not gonna suit you well. Like, this is so shitty. Do you understand that I and everyone here, we all have our own things, whether it be just our life, our work, ourselves, our dogs, our cats, our kids, our husbands, our wives, our exes, and yet we're still able to be a friend. You know how like selfish and weird that sounds, but you expect people to be a friend to you, but you're like, listen, bitch, if you need something that ain't about me or Lisa or Easton, or what's her name again? Oh yeah, Jessica. Then I'm not here for it. Who would want a friend like this? It's one thing to be like aware of your weaknesses. Like, one of my weaknesses is calling people back. One of my weaknesses is texting right away. It's part of my ADHD. If I have too many messages and things, I get like anxiety. But my real ones, my true friends, like one of my bestest friends, Nicole, we'll like make jokes. She's like, I must be pretty special because I got the call back. And it's not because it's just like one of those things I continually work on, because I want people in my life and my friends to know that they're important to me and that I value them. And I don't want them to think that I'm just like, whatever, I don't give a shit, you know? But she's just like, I don't give a shit. But it's not like I'm just busy being a mom, but I do love my friends. You're basically like, if it's not about me, if it's not about my baby door, bitch, bye. What did she say?
Like, I'm not the friend for you.
What kind of person would be like that? Oh, what kind of friend am I looking for? I'm looking for the one that doesn't give a fuck about me, doesn't care, isn't going to call me, is just all about themselves and their pod. And one that just wants me to be quiet and not have any issues, never need them for anything or call them or show them any love. That's what I want. That's my friend. Nobody.
I have no problem saying that. I'm a friend. If you're looking for a great friend or a bad friend.
You just described a bad friend. You didn't even describe a friend. You described an acquaintance I met at the Trader Joe's twice. Like, that's who you described. I feel like I have a better rapport with a guy I just met at the dog park named Sylvester and his wonderful dog Ginger. I had a better rapport and know more about his life and care more about him than you do your actual friends. This is very sad, ma'am.
I'm in the middle. I'm just the friend.
What is your biggest regret from this season? There is a change in your energy and approach. What happened?
I think a lot of things happened. I think season 10, I came off very angry. And by the way, the only reason why it was validated was because Scandival happened. It was like, oh, well, it makes perfect sense. You know, had Scandival not happened, I was looked at that season as angry and bitter. This season, I'm acting the way everyone wanted me to act season 10. The problem is I was dealing with a lot of
no
trauma season 10. Scandival happens and it's like, oh shit, the perfect storm. Everything I was saying, I was being vindicated on.
It doesn't make any sense. So if it was all the trauma and it was triggering you, and now you're just so willing to be like, no, Tom Sandoval, he's the best. Ariana, you're such a bitch. You should hang out with him. You should film with them because it pays our paychecks. But yet you have to talk to Randall through an app still? It doesn't make sense.
When you have downtime and you
Always
come off of
our
a high
fault,
and you realize
Krista.
I'm in a custody battle still. I want more children, and the plan was to have more children now, and the plan was that the custody battle was going to be wrapped up, and the plan was X, Y, and Z, and you realize the plan has still not happened. So what do? You crawl into a hole, you continue to be angry, you continue to put your life on hold, or you say, fuck it, I'm taking my life into my own hands, and I'm going to be a grown-ass woman, and I'm going to handle my shit with Ocean and handle this custody battle and remain hopeful as fuck. I'm going to heal my heart so that I can go out and have fun and laugh and be around straight men and date at some point. And I'm also going to bring another baby into the world. And you know what? We're going to create a beautiful environment and show
You guys, I didn't know she was pregnant. Is she pregnant? I wish she would talk about that. I had Mazel. That is like, wow. He did not even look pregnant, girl. Congratulations. That's amazing.
my kids, my 2 little girls, that you can go through some real shit.
Oh, God. Here we go. The amount she cries for herself and how she doesn't cry for other people. Do you ever notice that? Like, I know we all cry for ourselves. But I don't think I've ever seen this chick cry for anyone else. Like, I literally don't think I have. I don't think I have.
Where you think you're going to be taken out and still find a way to live like a really, really meaningful, incredible life.
Wait a minute. Sephora says, yes, she's having a girl. I wish she would have like posted that somewhere, talked about it on the reunion, on the show, on an Amazon Live, on Instagram, where Brittany could text her mom that day and be mean to her. I wish we would know these. It's so crazy. I can't believe she's pregnant. God. Okay. We're still crying. All right. How long are we crying for? We got 3 more minutes. Under 3.
And
3 under 3.
Only have that, but do it all on camera.
Oh, she's a hero. She's a goddamn hero. Screw the healthcare workers. Lala is saving her own life. I do it all on camera. I show up every day. I get paid more money than I deserve to just be a pick-me and to be a bad friend. Bitch is hard. Bitch is hard. Disengage. Oh, I'm sorry you got to work your 12-hour shifts, bitch, but this shit's hard too. Okay.
With so many people judging the way that you choose to process, the way you choose to move through life.
You know what? Props to Kim K. We rarely see her acting like this, so she has way more criticism happening, right? Okay.
And by the way, this isn't just me.
What? What? I only want to hear about you. No, she's gonna talk about other people? Oh my god.
Judging the way that you choose to process, the way you choose to move through life. And by the way, this isn't just me.
Who is it?
Ariana goes through it.
What? Not that bitch Ariana who didn't show up for you for the Give 'em Lala anniversary party of a makeup brand I didn't even know was still possible, but you had a party for it because it's been around longer than you thought. How long could it have been around? Okay. I can't believe it.
Tom Sandoval, Sheena.
Not Tom Sandoval, that poor man that had to be accountable for his disgusting actions and just keep digging the hole further and further and compared Scandoval to George Floyd and O.J. Simpson trial. Poor guy.
We're all going through it. And even though we don't see eye to eye right now, like there's a bond between all of us.
Oh, they're bonded. They're trauma bonded. She won't have your back in the trauma. And when your trauma doesn't suit her trauma or her paycheck, your trauma is shit and null and void. But they're bonded.
Because we all know what it's like to be brave enough to live this shit.
She's regurgitating the last part of the finale that the producers wrote for her. She's regurgitating her lines. We all know what it's like to be brave enough to put our asses in. I hate to be so melodramatic, but are you guys listening to this? It's causing my allergies to act up. We're brave enough, girl. This is not brave. Showing up to work during Covina, during a Panakuchen, that's brave. Running into a building, that's brave. Not shitting on your friends and having integrity, even though it may cost you a couple dollars when really it probably wouldn't. But that's brave. I don't know what this is. This is embarrassing. This is like a show. This is this is like a personality problem. I don't know what this is. This is someone, maybe some of those boomers have a point. Maybe we did give away too many participation trophies. Maybe my mom Nana was right. Maybe we got to have losers sometimes, because this is giving winning when we're not. It's Delulu. Yeah. Delulu, G-Mommy, is the Salulu. Okay.
Shit in real life, but on camera. It's such a wild ride.
That allows me to have a podcast even though I don't have a perspective. And gives me all this money so I can buy 2 multi-million-dollar homes. And all I have to do is show up and blame the audience when things don't go my way. It's so hard.
But I'm extremely proud of what I have done.
What did you do? What did you do? I don't know.
From the time I entered this show to where I am now. And I want my cast to be proud of where they are too. I'm glad the audience has opinions.
Don't lie, you hate our opinions.
I love that. That's why we get to make a show. And even though my cast and I may not be fucking with each other right now, that will never take away from the fact that I truly respect each and every one of them, because this is not easy. My loves, there was the
shout out to John, the real hero. John's like, what the I'm never watching this show. This chick is on a show? John can't believe it. John's like, holy shit. We have downgraded as a society. Is this real? Oh my God. Oh my God. And then she's like, my loves, we're done. I'm never talking about it again. Please subscribe to my podcast. Please come back. Please buy my merchandise. I have to pay my mortgage.
Non-yes man asking all of the top questions that you guys have.
I can't wait for so that's the end of it. I can't wait for Easton and Jessica to come back and be like, you were so brave. You were so brave. All those rabies bitches in their question. You were so brave, Lala. You were so brave. I forgot he didn't get to talk much, Chronic Cat, but I don't blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to talk either. You know, he went home to his wife or husband or just by himself, which means he has no family. To his no kids. That barren bastard went home, had to tell his dead sperm. I don't know what I'm talking about now, but he had to tell his no baby sperm. I had to sit with a woman named Lala Kent, and that's not even her real name, little baby swimmers. And she told me she was the most important person on the goddamn planet. And I had to keep a straight face. Daddy did his work today. So, oh, you guys. So that's that. That's that about that. That's it. That was a lot. Thank you for bearing with me with this. It was, wow. I didn't think things could get worse for Lala, but there she goes. Poops the bed again. Thank you, Nicole Larson. I'm going to read a couple of your comments, and then we will wrap it up because we are almost at 3 hours, but it just goes so fast when I'm with you. Nicole, thank you so much. Stacy, yes, bring back Charlie. Thank you for becoming a member. Muffy, Styler, thank you for the super chat. Says, I got a lipstick from Give 'em Lala. Okay, this is all alleged. But this is Muffy's experience. Shout out to Muffy. And it was bad quality, smelled rancid, and the logo on the product was smudged. Oh, Lala, I will tell you. One time because I do like the Charlotte Tilbury. When I can afford the Charlotte, I do like a little Charlotte. And I got her lip gloss, and it has like the little heart wand, and it smelled like vomit. And I'm like, why are we paying these prices? Charlotte, fix it. So I never got their lip gloss again, but I do have like lipsticks and stuff, and they smell. Well, this one smells good. But I will say, if you're looking for lipstick that is you're supporting women, small businesses, women of color in business, the best lipstick I own is my Lip Esteem. Okay. And my friend doesn't pay me for this. This is the true story. Those of you who have bought Lip Esteem. It's a Minnesota run business. It's a woman run business, woman of color run business. Lip Esteem, like self-esteem.com. Oh my God. My favorite brand I was wearing earlier, but I've licked it all off now and I've lip glossed it all up. But or my favorite color. I get asked about it, but I forget what it is. But if you're looking for really good lipstick, lip glosses, and ones that stay, lipesteem.com. And she uses all the good stuff. So, but yeah, that's the worst when you have smelly makeup. So allegedly Lala had some smelly makeup. Melissa Turcott, thank you for the super chat. Says, oh wow, Lala just dogged Sheena. Yup. With that, I am no one's best friend. Yeah, Melissa. She's like, I'm not your boss. I don't have best friends. Power of Power, thank you for the super chat. Says, peace. BW, what's BWU? Lala. Hope to meet Lauren someday. $2, right? Lauren, you should come out now because Lala is really shitting the bed. All right. Mom jeans. Oh, those are cute little mom jeans. Oh, I could not wear heels like that. I have plantar fasciitis. Thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you for your bravery witnessing this historic event with us, JL. Tom, pay your mom back. Pay your mom back. Tama. Pay your mom back. I'm going to drop the lipesteem.com in case you guys want to pick it up. Because honestly, it's so freaking good. Did the link work? Hopefully it worked in the chat. But yeah, it's you guys, that was rough. Right? That was really rough. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. What was happening? What was going on? Oh, goodness. A sensible Charlotte. Yeah, so lipesteem.com. Oh, I didn't even spell it right. Jolene, get smart to yourself. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let's see. Is there an S? I never know if it's W, whatever. Lipesteem.com. Jolene, come on. There we go. Okay. Lipesteem.com. Right? I think so. Let me just double check. Lipesteem.com. Yes. Oh my God. It's so good. I'm just going to drop the link in the chat so you guys can support. If we really want to support women in business, small women in business, this was a business that started during the Panakuchen. I mean, how scary is that? I just dropped it in the chat. So starting a business, not having, a Randall or a fake producer friend that man friend that can spot you the money, because it's what Lala, she forgets to mention that it's not that easy for all the rest of us if we don't have, somebody to like invest in us. But my friend Tamika Jones, she is the founder and CEO of Lipesteem, and it's a business out of Minnesota. So obviously I love it. And she just makes such good products. And yes, Jamie, Shia Skin, if you want to support another small business in Los Angeles, women of color, and also for like facial stuff. Oh my God, she has the best avocado. It's what's the other ingredient in it, Jamie? It's avocado, and Jamie B got it. It's chapstick. So if you're not like a big lip gloss person, you just want something that'll nourish your lips, you got to check out Shia Skin. Shia Skin and Lipesteem. Okay, let me drop Shia Skin. And Shia Skin, much like Lipesteem, is one of us watching a lot of these cuckoo shows. And Shia Skin, as well as Lipesteem, they have like very, very reasonable for like using good products and stuff. They have very reasonable prices. I think with like Shia's lip balm I have, it's so good and it's like really affordable. Super affordable. And there you can support like women in business, women of color in business. You can support small businesses, all that without having to be like Lala's. I mean, you can support Lala, go ahead, but without her stinky makeup. Allegedly, according to Muffy, she might have, I love that your name is Muffy, that she might have stinky makeup. I can't with the, oh my goodness. That's not good. I hate when it has like yucky smells. So yeah, shiaskin.com. They have serums. I got one of the serums. They have eco-friendly decor, which is super cute. Oh, my little decor. Oh, my decor thing is right. I think, do I have it here? I think thank you, Liz Loring, for the super chat. You big sweetie. Let me see if I have my thing here and I can show you my cute little, if you're into like astrology and stuff, they have really cute things.
There's two things happening.
Play that clip.
Guess what? I was very impressionable when she took all her clothes off and jumped in my pool.
He was very impressionable. They have like these cute little like plates, and mine is an Aquarius one, and then I put like a little candle from the Costco on it right now. But it's like super, super cute. And this is from Shia Skin. So they have cute little home decor things, and I'm telling you, the chapstick is so good. But thank you, Liz Loring. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Muffy coming back in. Ooh, Muffy, tell us more. Christina Kelly actually has a good line. Yes, shout out to Christina Kelly. We can all go support Christina Kelly too. She has a body scrub is amazing. What's her company called again? I should Google that. What is Shiki? So we learned about women in business who don't shit on other women. Oh my God. Christina Kelly it comes up Christina Kelly lip balm. Is it Heartspring? Is that her business? I think it's Heartspring. Okay. Oh, she has a tinted rose lip balm. I love a tinted too. If that is hers, let me double check and see. Christina, yeah, that is hers. Yeah, let me just double check. Yep, Heartspring. Heartandspring.co. And you can check out Christina Kelly's. Wonderful. It's always fun finding new little businesses, and especially when it comes to like makeup and skincare, because it can get like really expensive. And then when you find these great small businesses, it just changes the game. It changes the game for you. Oh God, now I'm looking at Shia Skin, and now I want to buy. There's a heartfelt. It's a little heart. It's a trinket dish. It's so cute. Okay, I gotta get going, you guys. You're amazing. Just under 3 hours. Shout out to all my super chatters. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Shout out to the replay crew who will watch later. Make sure you comment after the video post. Please follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram and the TikTok and Twitter if you still do that. But mostly Instagram and TikTok, and I'm trying to grow my Instagram. I would love to get to over 10K. We're like getting close to 7K, so that's amazing. So follow me over there because I put some content over there that's about these shows that it won't be here, and then also some like content if you like content about the dogs and stuff. But and then obviously follow all of our friends like Christina Coca in the live chat. Go subscribe to her, follow her on the social medias, go support all her videos, show her all the love, and we'll be back very, very soon with more No Offense, All Offense.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Oh, I can't stop. I can't stop. It's just my favorite song in the world. Okay. And like I always say, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye. If you like what you see,